Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy, and we are joined by the manager for the Sturs, Bill Pintard. Coach, yesterday, assessed your first loss of the season. What are you going to do to try to find some offense here this afternoon?
Well, I was thinking asking you maybe to come in and hit in the 4-hole. We're just trying. We're just feeling our way around. I think we took too many pitches yesterday, too many strikes. We had 9 strikeouts, and 6 of them were backwards. So I think we need to do a better job of attacking in the zone.
You talk about strikeouts. Your pitching staff has been phenomenal through the early goings of the season. Any more regards to your pitching staff?
Well, no, we're gonna pitch it. We gotta get more than 4 runs a game. Right now, I think we're averaging 3 or 2 or something like that. But I have confidence these guys will get it going. I think they might try to press and do too much early in the season, try to impress us. And they don't have to do that.
And through your time as manager for the Foresters, is there anything you typically say if you see the offense a little bit stagnant through the early goings?
Yeah, we try to change it up, and I'm going to tell them right now in pregame, hey, don't press, because when you press, you're stressed, and then you get depressed because you're not going to perform. So I'm just going to tell them about that. Take a breath in the box, relax, and see the ball and hit the ball. That's simple. And hitting is hard, though. I'm telling you. Hitting is a hard thing to do. You can look at batting averages in the major leagues. Average player last year in the major leagues hit 238. So it's not easy. But I understand that. But, we're pitching well and we're defending well.
Perfect, Coach. Play well today. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Hunter, for having me on. And if we don't have any hits by the 5th inning, I'm going to come get you.
Okay,
and I'll
sounds good.
The rest.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you very
Coach.
much.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Tom Ridzik and all the crew at Coastal Copy.
First pitch coming up right after this. We welcome you to Thousand Oaks, California. Today, the Santa Barbara Foresters head south to take on the Conejo Oaks in another CCL matchup. Hello, I am Hunter Shoemake, welcoming you to Sparky Anderson Field on the campus of Cal Lutheran. Well, when looking back to yesterday, the Sturs were handed their first loss of the season. They were shut out by the Slow Blues 2-0 in that 9-inning affair. For the Sturs here this afternoon, the name of the game, tried to find some offense. Their pitching through the first 3 games has been phenomenal, but their bats need to come alive still very early on in the season, but they'll have an opportunity to do that here this afternoon. Well, the starting pitcher today for the Oaks will be a left-hander from Westmont College, Ryan Humphreys. He's going to be getting his second start of the season, but taking a look at the lineup this afternoon for the Sturs, in right field and leading off will be Caden Peterson. To bat second, the shortstop, Drew Markle. To bat third at second, TJ Pompey. In the cleanup spot, the DH, Dominic Smaldino. To bat fifth and catching, Nick Sanders. To bat sixth and at third base, Daniel Patterson. In the seventh spot and in left field, Will Rogers. To bat eighth and at first base, Johnny Rodriguez. And to round out the order for the Sturs will be D. Kennedy out in center field. And the starting pitcher today for the Sturs, who will see the bottom half of this inning, will be Hudson Hamilton, making his debut for the Sturs. Well, it is sure a beautiful afternoon here from Thousand Oaks, California. Sunny and 75. And when you're looking at the ballpark here at Sparky Anderson Field, the wind's cutting across the playing surface pole to pole. So that will definitely have an impact, especially on pop-ups left side or any left-handed hitters down the line. Down the pole side for a left-handed hitter, definitely help their balls track into the outfield. Well, here comes Caden Peterson with the Sturs wearing the maroon tops and gray bottoms, and the Conejo Oaks blue tops and white bottoms. And the right-handed batter, Caden Peterson, stands in. Man who is 2 for 4 on the season. The right-handed batter stands in against the lefty, Ryan Humphreys, on the hill for the Oaks. First pitch about to be underway. Humphreys coming set on the bump, the windup, and the delivery. And the first pitch missing away on a fastball to Caden Peterson, and we are underway. So for the Santa Barbara Foresters, entering today 2-1 in CCL play, and for the Conejo Oaks, currently 2-3. They've got a couple more games played compared to the Sturs. Leadoff man Caden Peterson stands in, and Humphreys on the hill, getting ready for a 1-0 pitch. Here it is, and the 1-0 pitch off speed, missing away at the knees for ball number 2. Follow Peterson will be Drew Markle and TJ Pompey in the name of the game here this afternoon for the Sturs, trying to find some offense. Yesterday's game, they had 7 hits, but unable to push in any runs. Humphreys comes set on the hill, and the 2-0 pitch to Peterson, and Peterson takes a fastball down the middle at 88. And Humphreys, the starting pitcher for the Oaks, gets himself back in the count, 2 balls and a strike. For the Sturs, trying to find some offense, base runners, and timely hits as this game progresses. But the leadoff man standing in at a 2-1 count. Humphreys taking his time. Here's a 2-1 delivery and another heater at 88, missing away for ball 3. Drew Markle, the Ole Miss Rebel, stands on deck. But he couldn't drop a better setting here from Cal Lutheran. When the team left Santa Barbara earlier this morning, I should say afternoon, it's definitely overcast and 60 degrees. But here's a 3-1 pitch, and Peterson takes another fastball, this time down the middle. Full count now. And that fastball for Humphreys sitting right around 88 miles an hour. Count full for the leadoff man, top of the first inning. Humphreys, the southpaw on the hill, coming set, looking into his catcher, Landon West. Bit of a hole for Humphreys on the hill. And the windup on the 3-2 pitch, and Peterson chops it over too short and charging the third baseman, but cut off. The shortstop indeed scoops up, fires over to Will Joseph at first base to retire Caden Peterson. Looks like the third baseman might try to cut that ball off, but Jordan Kane, the shortstop, held his ground, fielded it off a couple hops, and Caden Peterson grounds out to short to start off this ball game. 1 away in the top of the first inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Drew Markle. And we've seen Drew Markle all around the playing surface defensively for Bill Pintard. The first 3 games of the season, we saw Drew yesterday out in center field. We saw a change now with D. Kennedy out in center field, and we saw D yesterday at second base. Well, with bases clear, 1 away, here's Drew Markle. And Humphreys, a southpaw, coming set. He's been taking his time on the hill. Very methodical. Here's the first pitch, and Markle turns on one, pushes actually opposite field towards right field, and Tommy Kendlinger moves over in right center field. That ball is in his glove and out. Ends up falling just to the right of him. But the right fielder saying he caught the ball in right field. A little bit of confusion there. But Markle retired a line out into right field. Tommy Kendlinger made the squeeze, ended up dropping the ball. but had control and possession of the ball for the second out here in the top half of the first inning. That's going to bring up TJ Pompey, bases clear, 2 gone here in the top of the first. And Pompey yesterday, who made his debut for the Sturs, went 2 for 3. Here's the first pitch, and Pompey sees a breaking ball, curveball, upper half of the zone for a strike 1. And Pompey was a big highlight yesterday, getting 2 of the 7 Forrester hits yesterday. Batted out of the 7th spot, but now batting 3rd in the lineup for Bill Pintard. Bases clear, 2 gone, top half of the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Pompey spits on another breaking ball down in the dirt, 1-1. If Pompey is able to reach, Dominic Smaldino will await on deck, serving as a DH in the cleanup spot. But again, the breeze blowing out from the left field foul pole towards the right field foul pole. It's going pole to pole from the left side. Will definitely make an impact on any fly balls into the outfield. Humphreys coming set on the bump, 2 gone. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Pompey swinging a miss at the hitter, high in the zone. That four-seamer from Humphreys, inducing the swing and a miss. 1-2 now for the second baseman, TJ Pompey. Re-engaging on the hill, the lefty for the Oaks, Ryan Humphreys. He's pitched 3 innings so far in his debut a few days ago for the Oaks. Now ahead 1-2 with 2 gone here in the top of the first. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Pompey sees a fastball just missing away. Great take for ball 2. And for Humphreys, man who plays for Westmont College, this last season down in Montecito, 3.2 ERA on the year, pitched 59 innings, but struck out 87. The man, the starter for the Oaks here this afternoon. He has retired the first 2 Santa Barbara Forsters. Now it's a 2-2 count to TJ Pompey. Here's the pitch, and Pompey just taps it foul on a breaking ball to the left side and stays alive. Off to the bottom of the bat, that ball came off of TJ Pompey, deflects back to the backstop behind home plate. So it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes for the Sturs. A nice campus here at Cal Lutheran Sparky Anderson Field. Very nice surrounding setting as well here from Thousand Oaks, California. Southpaw Humphreys comes set. With 2 gone, bases clear. He winds up the 2-2 pitch, and Pompey chops a big hopper down the first base line, and that ball is fair into right field. The right fielder scoops up, and TJ Pompey will hold up at first base. A 2-out knock for TJ, and he already has his 3rd hit of the season. Fantastic work from Pompey. He was 2 for 3 yesterday, and has the first hit of the ball game for the Sturs. That's going to bring up the DH, Dominic Smaldino, after Pompey chopped that ball past the first baseman, Will Joseph, into right field. So Smaldino bats from the right side. 2-out base runner for the Sturs, top half of the first inning. Humphreys, the lefty, coming set. Here's the first pitch to Smaldino, and Smaldino sees a fastball down near the ankles for ball 1. And for Smaldino, he started yesterday at first base, was replaced by Nick Sanders late in the ball game. Sanders ended up coming in to catch when there was a couple switches made by the manager, Bill Pintard. With TJ Pompey at first base, 2 gone here in the top of the first. Humphreys, the southpaw, winds up a 1-0 pitch, and Smaldino sees a off-speed pitch missing high. Humphreys lost control of that one. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to Smaldino, man who plays out of Cal. Currently 1 for 5 through 3 games this season. Humphreys comes set, southpaw. Still a man at first base as Pompey had the 2-out knock. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Runner goes. Smaldino, however, fouls it up over the first base dugout for strike number 1. So Pompey showing his cards. He had a good jump to second base. But Dom, the right-handed batter, flares up over the first base dugout, where the Sturs are housed here from Sparky Anderson Field. It's very nice, not a cloud in the sky, and 75 degrees. So Pompey remains at first base, and Smaldino worked TJ around the bases with 2 gone here in the top of the first. Humphreys long stare at first base, the 2-1 pitch, and Smaldino swinging a miss at an off-speed pitch. It's 2-2. Dominic is able to reach. Nick Sanders awaits on deck for the Sturs, looking to bounce back after the loss yesterday. Humphreys looking to his catcher, Landon West. Comes set on the bump. DJ still remains at first base with 2 out. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Runner goes, and the throw. It's going to be late, but Pompey slides in safe. Landon West, the catcher, fumbled the ball after the delivery from Humphreys, the pitcher. Not the cleanest transfer to his throwing arm, and as a result, TJ Pompey is able to slide into second base for a stolen bag. Count now full for Smaldino. Again, Nick Sanders awaits on deck for the Sturs. A man in scoring position, Smaldino is able to put something in play. Pompey is a very good runner. So Humphreys, after retiring the first two batters, the starting pitcher for the Oaks, under a little bit of pressure. He holds on the hill. Here's a payoff pitch. Smaldino lifts it right sides, cutting. The first baseman maybe has a play at it down the right field line. And that ball is actually fair. It's cutting off the bat. Fair ball. Pompey will score an RBI single for Dominic Smaldino. It looks like that ball might cut foul, but it stays just inches fair down the right field line. And as a result, Dominic Smaldino drives in the first run of the ball game. Pompey scores from second base, an RBI single by Smaldino. Fantastic plate appearance from the DH. Smaldino drives in the first run. And that ball just kind of fluttered in with the wind blowing out from left field. Kind of just rode that wind and looked like it was going foul, but just drops fair about a third of the way down the right field line. So Smaldino now at first with a run in, brings up the catcher, Nick Sanders. Sturs now lead 1-0. Humphreys coming set here in the top of the first with 2 out. Here's the first pitch to Nick. And Sanders sees a heater high. Ball 1. And that RBI from Dominic Smaldino, sponsored by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta, where the Foresters train to win. Thanks to Gold's Gym for sponsoring that run batted in. So Smaldino at first, 2 gone. Sanders, who bats from the right side, ahead in the count 1-0. Humphreys, the 1-0 pitch. And Sanders sees an off-speed pitch at 80 miles an hour away at the belt for ball 2. For Sanders so far this year, the man who plays for Texas, he's 2 for 4. And both of those hits good for 2 bags, so 2 doubles to start the year for Nick. Came in late yesterday, had 1 plate appearance, and that was good for a double in the 9th inning. He sees a 2-0 pitch now on its way, and the fastball in there on for a strike on the delivery from Humphreys. So 2 balls and a strike now. And that fastball from Ryan Humphreys on the hill for the Oaks in upper 80s. The Sturs have already collected 2 hits after Ryan Humphreys actually retired the first 2 Foresters to start the ball game. Pompey reached base, had a stolen bag, and Dominic Smaldino on a full count with a little flare-up to score the first run of the ball game. Now Nick Sanders had 2-1 count. Humphreys on the hill. And here's a 2-1 pitch. And another heater, just time missing high for ball 3. Daniel Patterson awaits on deck for the Sturs here in the first inning. Ryan Humphreys has gone 3 innings so far this season with the Oaks. Under some pressure. He's behind the count. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. And Sanders skies it right side in right field. Tommy Kendlinger, the right fielder, fights the wind, moves over a considerable amount of distance to his left, but makes the squeeze out and right to retire the side. Dominic Smaldino had the RBI single to start off this ball game, and the Sturs on top 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. Hudson Hamilton, the starting pitcher today for the Sturs, coming out to the hill.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Back in 1,000 Oaks, California, we go to the bottom of the first inning. The Sturs now lead 1-0 over the Oaks. Now on the hill, the right-hander for Santa Barbara, Hudson Hamilton, the man who plays for Texas. will make his debut this season for the Sturs. And Hamilton, a native of Spring, Texas, his last appearance for the Longhorns was on May 5th against Oklahoma State. And this season for Texas through 16 2/3 innings, struck out 14 and walked 7. So he'll get his debut here this afternoon on a picture-perfect day from 1,000 Oaks. The defense behind him, Daniel Patterson will be at third, Drew Markle at short, TJ Pompey will be at second base, Johnny Rodriguez in at first, with Nick Sanders, the fellow Longhorn, doing the catching for Hudson Hamilton. In the outfield, Will Rogers gets the start in left, D. Kennedy moving out to center field, and Caden Peterson the nod in right field for their manager, Bill Pintard. Looking at the lineup for the Conejo Oaks, currently the Oaks 2-3 in the CCL season. Austin Carrillo lead things off. Jordan Kane to bat second. Will Joseph to bat third. In the cleanup spot, Justin Rubin to bat fifth. Tanner Biltowski. Landon West will bat sixth. At the seventh spot, Daniel Wicks. And in the 8-hole for the Conejo Oaks, Tommy Kendlinger. And to round out the order for the Conejo Oaks, Kai Caranto. But all about Hudson Hamilton, the right-hander. Already has a little bit of run support in this ball game. If you had to enter this ball game and ask the manager, Bill Pintard, if you get a run in the first, he'd probably say he'd take it after offensively for the Forsters. Been a little bit slow through the first 3 ball games being played. Leadoff man Austin Carrillo for the Oaks, bats from the left side, stands in. That wind continuing to blow pole to pole, cutting across the playing surface. But here's Hudson Hamilton, lines up the first pitch to Carrillo, and the delivery, the fastball sitting at 90 miles an hour, misses away to the left-handed batter. Ball number 1. Both batter and pitcher take a moment. With the Sturs wearing the maroon tops and their gray bottoms, the leadoff man for the Oaks sees a 1-0 pitch on its way, and another fastball swing and a miss for strike number 1. That fastball upper 80s that time for Hudson Hamilton. Ball and a strike to the leadoff man here in the bottom of the first. The Stars lead 1-0 over the Conejo Oaks. Coming set, Hamilton. With a longer look in to Nick Sanders, and here's the 1-1 pitch. And Carrillo sees another fastball down the middle for strike number 2. Currently for the Oaks on a 2-game skid. They played yesterday against the Ventura Pirates to drop that ball game 1-2. Of course, the Stars beat the Pirates a few days back for their second win of the CCL season. But the leadoff man here in the first, Carrillo sees a 1-2 pitch and lines it foul in front of the first base dugout. So it remains a ball and 2 strikes. And that first base dugout is where the Sturs are housed here at Sparky Anderson Field. And there is no netting in front of that dugout. Dugout even with the playing surface, not dug down a couple steps, but no fencing in front of both dugouts, so both players and benches need to be alert. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Carrillo sees a fastball high and away, ball 2 at 90 miles an hour from Hamilton. It's pretty cool to see all the players coming from the Midwest, the South, and especially Texas, playing here in Santa Barbara this summer. Still the leadoff man for the Oaks in the bottom half of this first inning. He's about to see a 2-2 pitch. Here it is, and Carrillo sees a breaking ball, missing away, full count. Jordan Kang stands on deck for the Conejo Oaks. With the Sturs leading 1-0. Dominic Smaldino had a RBI single flare up down the right field line, scored TJ Pompey. Here's the payoff pitch, and Carrillo sees a fastball high and away. Austin Carrillo ends up working a lead-off walk to start this ball game for the Oaks. That last heater from Hamilton at 91. Both teams in this first inning finding base runners. Sturs 2 knocks, top half of the inning. That's going to bring up the right-handed batter, Jordan Kang. Hamilton already has some traffic on the bases. Here's the first pitch to Kang. And a fastball, check swing, but he went around for strike number 1. Looking back to yesterday's ball game for the Oaks, in that 1-2 loss from against the Ventura Pirates, they had compiled 4 hits. Conversely, for the Forsters, when they were shut out by the Blues, they compiled 7, unable to get a timely hit. Runner goes as the 0-1 pitch misses high, and a good throw from Sanders, but sliding into second base safely is Austin Carrillo. Carrillo had a good jump, the fastball, missing the zone from Hamilton. And the Oaks already have a base runner in scoring position as now Nick Sanders goes out to chat with Hudson Hamilton. Ball and a strike now to Jordan Kang after that heater miss from Hamilton. Carrillo with the stolen bag now in scoring position. Coming set on the hill is Hamilton. Conference completed between him and his catcher, Nick Sanders. Kang, who bats from the right side at an even count 1-1. But man, in scoring position, it's a one-run ball game here in the bottom of the first. Look back to second base from the starting pitcher. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Kang swinging a miss and missing that fastball behind it at 90 miles an hour. A ball and 2 strikes. To follow Kang will be Will Joseph for the Oaks. See TJ Pompey just a few paces to the right of the second base bag. Keeping tabs on that runner, Austin Carrillo. Count now at 1-2 for the 2-hole hitter. Here's the windup, the 1-2 pitch, and Kang swinging and misses. The fastball got him, and Hamilton has his first K of his outing. 1 away in the bottom of the first. Talking about strikeouts for this Foresters pitching staff. That is their 42nd K of the season, and they've only played 3 games and now a single out here in their 4th game of the season. And entering today, they have 41 Ks on 100 batters, so essentially a 41% strikeout rate that the pitching staff has had so far this season for the Sturs. That's going to bring up the left-handed batter, Will Joseph. Still a man at second, 1 away. Here's the pitch. And Joseph takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. 0-1. It was down the middle on the delivery from Hamilton. Hamilton trying to keep that runner at bay. Carrillo at second base, already the stolen bag. Reach base on a walk to start the ball game for the Oaks here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and a fastball missing away at the belt. Ball 1. Very nice field here at Cal Lutheran. Very nice campus as well when you drive into the complex. See the softball field to our left. Soccer stadium, pool just directly behind home plate here at Cal Lutheran. Still a man at second with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Hudson coming set, the 1-1 pitch. A breaking ball in there for a strike. Drops in very nicely for Hudson, and he's ahead in the count 1-2. When you look at the starters, the last 3 games for the Sturs, Mason Bixby got the start game 1, Cloud game 2, and Vic Areola got the start yesterday. All very good starts from the starters for the Sturs this season. Hamilton now ahead in the count 1-2. Here's the pitch to Joseph, and the fastball missing away at the belt. Ball 2. And for Hamilton, that fastball we've seen inch up to 91, sitting probably around 90 on the gun. Man, the cleanup spot, the DH, Justin Rubin, awaits on deck. Still a man at second, 1 away. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Joseph swinging a miss at the fastball high in the zone. And the second K of the day for Hamilton. 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Here comes the DH, Justin Rubin. Austin Carrillo, who worked the leadoff walk and has the stolen base, still remaining at second. It's a 1-run ball game. Sturs striking first. Looking for some more run support throughout the early innings. Give their pitching staff some cushion. But Rubin bats from the right side. First pitch from Hamilton. Check swing on off-speed pitch missing low for ball 1. And Hamilton gave up the leadoff walk. Consecutive Ks here in the bottom of the first. Settle himself down into his outing. It's never easy, especially coming from school, dealing with finals, coming into a new situation in your first start. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Rubin sees a fastball in near the knees at 89 for ball 2. The wind still continues to hum, blowing pole to pole, left to right, especially aiding left-handed hitters. Balls hit down that right field line. Definitely make an impact. But with 2 gone here, bottom of the first, here's a 2-0 pitch. And Rubin check swing, but this fastball does find the zone for strike number 1. Hamilton re-engaging on the bump. Gets himself back in the count here with the Sturs looking to bounce back this afternoon. Now he'll step off. Hamilton takes a moment on the hill in his debut for the Foresters. And a very nice afternoon from 1,000 Oaks. And when the team left Santa Barbara, cloudy skies lowered to mid-60s and heated up by essentially 10 degrees heading south. Here's a 2-1. And Ruben sees a breaking ball missing low, ball 3. Tanner Batelski awaits on deck for the Oaks in this one-run ball game. Bottom of the first. Hudson Hamilton calls time, asking for some new ammunition on the hill. Still remaining at second base is Austin Carrillo. As a team for the Oaks through the first 5 games, batting under 200 as a team. For the Sturs, just batting over 200 at 215 through their first 3 games. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and Ruben sees ball 4. Fastball misses low. It's the second walk of the inning for the Oaks. That's going to bring up the 5-hole hitter, Tanner Batelski. He bats from the right side. Carrillo remains at first, who worked a leadoff walk to start this first inning for the Oaks. Now Justin Rubin follows it up with a 2-out walk. He is now at first base. Hamilton coming set. About to deliver the first pitch to Tanner Batelski. Here it is, and the heater finds the inner half of the plate for a strike. You're looking at the surroundings here from Cal Lutheran. Some nice rolling hills. Clear rolling hills. Looks like a few cacti littered throughout the brown hills beyond the outfield fences here in 1,000 Oaks. Hamilton comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Batelski is swinging to miss at an off speed, that time at 82. Nothing in 2 now for man batting out of the 5 spot. And with 2 base runners here in the bottom of the first, Hudson Hamilton trying to keep it a 1-run ball game with the Sturs leading 1-0. Going to the second inning. Struck out 2 and gave up 2 walks here in the first, but he's now ahead 0-2 against Batelski. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. The breaking ball got him, and Hudson Hamilton picks up his 3rd K of his outing. We go to the second. Sturs remain on top 1-0 over the Oaks.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the second inning here from 1,000 Oaks, California. Daniel Patterson, Will Rogers, Johnny Rodriguez due up in this inning with the Sturs leading 1-0. TJ Pompey had the first knock of the ballgame with 2 out in the first, and Dominic Smaldino, the next man up, an RBI single down the right field line to score TJ. So Daniel Patterson bats out of the right side, stands in for the first time today against his fellow teammate from Westmont College, Ryan Humphreys. Here's the first pitch from Humphreys, and the fastball missing away for ball number 1. And for Patterson to start this game, sat out yesterday, did not play, is 0 for 8 so far. The reigning team MVP after last year's season. Such a phenomenal player. You feel like it just takes one hit for him to get rolling. Leadoff man sees a 1-0 pitch, and Patterson skies it right side into the outfield. Moving over is Tommy Kendlinger, just a few paces. Gets out under it with ease, makes the squeeze, and Patterson retired for the first out. Top half of the second inning. And that's going to bring up Will Rogers. Rogers yesterday served as a DH. Bats at the 7th spot today. And out in left field defensively. He's also hot in terms of pitching. We might see him on the back end. Him and Jake Fields in a late game situation, 8th, 9th inning. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but he stands in for the first time. The right-handed batter. Here's the first pitch from Humphreys. And off-speed pitch missing away and high. Ball 1. Santa Barbara lead 1-0. Top of the second. 4th game of the season for the Sturs. Second road game as well. Bases clear, 1 away. Humphreys, the starting pitcher. The 1-0 pitch to Rogers, and the fastball missing away, and a great grab from Landon West, reaching across his body. So it's ball 2. Missing fastball from the southpaw Ryan Humphreys, the starter for the Conejo Oaks. Rogers in a good count. The windup, the delivery, the 2-0 pitch. That one's down the middle, another heater. Strike number 1. To follow Rogers will be Johnny Rodriguez. So far, 2 knocks for the Sturs in this ball game. Humphreys coming set. Bases clear, 1 away. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Rogers fouls it back directly behind home plate. It was another fastball. Just got off the end of the bat to even up the count, 2-2. And for Will, yesterday he went 1 for 4. Picked up his lone hit in the 9th inning. And the Sturs were trying to mount a comeback. Came up just short. They had 2 base runners with 2 out, with only a 1 out actually in the first before double play was turned by the Slow Blues. Humphreys comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Rogers chops it over right side. The second baseman has a lot of room to move over to his right, scoops up and fires over, and the throw in time. And that second baseman, Kai Caranto, had to move considerable amount of distance, was playing closer to second base. That ball is hit more towards first base, but the second baseman scoops it up and retires Will Rogers, who grounds out 4-3. It's going to bring up Johnny Rodriguez, who bats out the left side. The only lefty in the lineup for the Sturs this afternoon. 2 gone and the base is clear. Top of the second. Sturs still lead 1-0. Lefty on lefty now between Humphreys and Rodriguez. Here's the first pitch. And Johnny sees a breaking ball that misses high. We've seen Humphreys go to that breaking ball a couple times, unable to locate it. Rodriguez plays for Long Beach State Collegiate, and he's had a very nice start to his time here in Santa Barbara. He's gone 3 for 9 so far to start the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Johnny sees a fastball missing high for ball 2. If Johnny's able to reach base, in a good count with 2 outs here in the top half of the second, D. Kennedy awaits on deck. Coming set, the southpaw on the hill, Humphreys, with the bases clear. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and Rodriguez takes a fastball at 86 down the middle for strike number 1. Humphreys, his fastball, been around 86, 87. Had a very nice season at Westmont College this past year. Coming set with 2 out. This lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Rodriguez slices this one towards the left side. The shortstop tracks back and makes the catch. Jordan Kang nearly stumbled over his feet as he was trying to track back. That ball shallowly hit in the left field, but the shortstop makes the squeeze just on the juncture between the infield dirt and the outfield grass. We will head to the bottom half of the second. Sturs still on top by a run.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Welcome back on the campus of Cal Lutheran Sparky Anderson Field. We go to the bottom half of the second with the Sturs on top 1-0 over the Conejo Oaks. Hudson Hamilton making his debut today. The right-handed starting pitcher remains on the bump for the Sturs. It's a unique first inning for both teams, really. The Sturs picking up a run in that last inning in the first. The Oaks were 2 walks, but also struck out 3 times against Hudson Hamilton. And Landon West bats out of the 6th spot. 6, 7, and 8 due up in this inning. Will lead things off. Here's the first pitch from Hamilton. And this ball's turned out of play over the third base dugout. It's an off-speed pitch from Hamilton. Strike number 1. The Landon West, Lucas Daniel Wicks, and Tommy Kendlinger due up in this inning to face Hudson Hamilton. The starter for the Sturs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And West spits on a breaking ball for strike number 2. Drops in very nicely from Hudson on the hill. No balls and 2 strikes. It's a very nice day from Thousand Oaks, California. Hamilton going quick, the 0-2 pitch, and West sees another breaking ball. Takes it, it's down in dirt right in front of home plate. Ball 1. The wind still cutting across the playing surface. We saw him shift slightly, but here's the 1-2 pitch, and West chops it. Left side, and that ball on the backhand. The shortstop, was this play be in time? It was not in time. Flying through. The shortstop, Drew Markle, on the backhand was backing up the third baseman, Daniel Patterson. It was a heck of an effort. Drew Markle making the spinning throw airborne across the diamond. Landon West will indeed reach on an infield single. Daniel Patterson had a crack at it. The third baseman gets past him, but Markle, what an effort from the shortstop. Covered considerable amount of distance, made a spinning throw in the air, but not in time. West will reach on infield single. First knock of the day for the Oaks. So we'll bring up Lucas Daniel Wicks. Here's the first pitch. Misses high on the heater for ball 1. Lucas Daniel Wicks. That's from the right side. In this 1-run ball game. 3 base runners so far, just through an inning. 2 walks in the first for the Oaks, and now an infield single for Landon West. Here's the pitch, 1-0. Drops in on breaking ball from Hamilton to even up the count 1-1. To follow Daniel Wicks, Tommy Kendlinger will be on deck for Conejo. Sturs currently lead 1-0. Picked up a run in the first inning. Now in the bottom half of the second. Check back to first base from Hudson Hamilton. Sliding back in headfirst was Landon West. Hamilton takes a moment, re-engages on the hill. A ball and a strike. Lucas Daniel Wicks digs back in. Here's the pitch on the 1-1 and a swing and a miss. The fastball from Hamilton. Strike number 2. The third base coach for the Oaks flashing some signs down Daniel Wicks. With no outs here. Bottom of the second. It's a 1-run ball game. Hamilton coming set. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. The fastball got him. The 4th strikeout of the day for Hamilton. And the first out here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Tommy Kendlinger. Bats from the right side. Landon West had the lead off single to start this frame. Hudson Hamilton. Every out that has been recorded against the Oaks been way of the K. He's allowed 3 base runners, but struck out 4. Kendlinger bats out of the 8 spot. Here's the pitch. Kendlinger sees a fastball missing high, ball 1. Mid-70s here from Thousand Oaks. Such a nice day. Here's the 1-0. Kendlinger fouls it back into the backstop behind home plate. Strike number 1. Kai Caranto will wait on deck for the Oaks. But Kendlinger for Conejo in right field defensively here this afternoon. And some switches defensively for Bill Pintard. The last couple games, shifting players around. D. Kennedy out in center. TJ Pompey at second. Drew Markle in at short. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And the fastball missing away. Ball 2. Also Daniel Patterson back in at third base. And Rodriguez, who entered late yesterday at first base, starting at first this afternoon. Still a man at first. Landon West had the infield single to kick off this bottom half of the second inning. 1 away. Hamilton sees a 2-1 pitch on its way and a breaking ball. Got a swing from Kendlinger for strike 2. Evens up the count. Trying to take care of the bottom of the order here in this second inning. With the Oaks kind of in a similar situation to the Foresters offensively, still trying to find their legs. Their pitching has been pretty good through the early goings of the season. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Kendlinger sees a breaking ball in the dirt. A fantastic keep from Nick Sanders. That ball bounced about a foot in front of the dish. It's now a full count. But that keep from the catcher, Nick Sanders, keeps the runner at bay at first. Landon West remaining at the first station. Kai Caranto, the 9-hole hitter, awaits on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Kendlinger sees ball 4, the fastball missing in. 2 base runners now for the Oaks in the bottom half of the second. Now Nick Sanders, the fellow Longhorn, goes out to talk with Hudson Hamilton in his debut this season for the Sturs. With the Sturs this afternoon, their maroon tops they typically take batting practice in. Gray pants. See the catching gear as well for Sanders. All blue armor for him. And he saunters back behind the dish to bring up the 9-hole hitter. 1 away, 2 aboard for the Oaks. It's a 1-run ball game. SB scored in the top half of the first, now in the bottom of the second. Landon West at second, Tommy Kendlinger at first. Look back to second base for Hamilton. Here's the pitch. Caranto sees a fastball high. Sanders trying to frame it into the zone, but it is a ball. So far, 3 walks given up to the Oaks here this afternoon. Hamilton has struck out 4. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Caranto swinging a miss on another fastball to even up the count 1-1. Still every out recorded by Hamilton in the Sturs. I should say just by Hamilton, every out recorded has been a strikeout. The 4 outs that have been recorded so far in this ball game. Hamilton coming set with 2 base runners, only a single out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Caranto sees a fastball low, ball 2. Top of the order awaits on deck. It's now 2-1 to the 9-hole hitter. Here from Cal Lutheran, and when you look around the field, 400. Dead away center field, down left field line 325, right field line 320. With 2 aboard, Landon West had the leadoff single. He's at second. Kendlinger worked a walk at first. Here's a 2-1 pitch and a breaking ball missing away, ball 3. This is a massive pitch coming up here from Hudson Hamilton. Kai Caranto, top of the order, awaits on deck to follow Caranto, who's currently standing in. Third base open, only a single out. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And Caranto lines this one right side, and that ball will be picked up by the first baseman going to second base for the force out. No throw back to first base, so they get a force out at second base. The first baseman, Rodriguez, moved over to his right, stopping a base hit from going into right field. Throws over to the shortstop, Drew Markle, covering second base for the force out. So Kai Caranto was able to make it to first base on the fielder's choice. Tommy Kendlinger, who was at first after a walk, thrown out at second, and a massive second out for the Sturs. Great defensive play from Johnny Rodriguez, the first baseman. Another conversation to ensue between Sanders and the catcher and the starting pitcher, Hudson Hamilton. Landon West on that last play advancing to third. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. And it looked like off the bat that ball might get through into right field. Great backhand from Rodriguez and a great cover. The shortstop, Drew Markle, at second. That's going to bring around the top of the order, Austin Carrillo. In the last inning, worked a leadoff walk to start the ball game. That's from the left side. With runners on the corner, still only a 1-run ball game, and Hudson Hamilton kind of keep his team on top by a run. Here's the first pitch, and Carrillo sees an off-speed. Missing down and away to the left-handed batter, ball 1. Hamilton looking in to Nick Sanders with runners on the corners, 2 out here. Bottom of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is lined into right field. That is a base hit. A run will score from third. Scooped up by the right fielder, Caden Peterson. And the runner who was at first advancing all the way to third. So it is an RBI single for Austin Carrillo to tie up this ball game. We are tied up at 1 here in 1,000 Oaks. Landon West, who was at third, scores, and Kai Caranto, who reached on that fielder's choice, now to third. Runners remain on the corners. We have a tied ball game. Both teams with a single run now. 2 knocks for both teams. Bottom half of the second inning. Here's Jordan Kang, struck out in the first. Here's the pitch. And the fastball 89, upper half of the zone for a strike, 0-1. Hamilton looks in, shook off 1 pitch, comes set. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. The 0-1 pitch. And Kang fouls it back behind home plate on another fastball. It'll be strike number 2. And in this inning, 4 base runners for the Oaks. Landon West scoring after the lead-off single. Austin Carrillo picks up the second hit of the day for the Oaks, driving in. West, who is at third. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and this one's lifted. Left field, Will Rogers moves forward and back into the gap and is able to make the squeeze. Had to fight the wind blowing in out of left field, but makes the squeeze for the third out. The Oaks tied up in the bottom of the second. We go to the third, tied up 1 run apiece.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We head to the third here from 1,000 Oaks For the Sturs, coming up to bat, D. Kennedy, Caden Peterson, and Drew Markle, the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Sturs. Bottom of the last inning, the Oaks have tied it up. They're tied up 1 run apiece. Here is D. Kennedy standing in for the first time to lead off the 3rd inning. Ryan Humphreys remains on the hill. For the Oaks, here's the first pitch, and Kennedy lines this one over to second base. Kai Caranto fields it cleanly and over to first base, but the throw looked like it might have pulled the first baseman off, but Will Joseph just able to keep his toenails on the bag. Was able to record the out. The throw from Caranto, the second baseman, pulling the first baseman towards home plate, but the out is recorded, and Kennedy grounds out on the first pitch for 3. With 1 away here, top of the 3rd. In this tied ball game, that's going to bring up Caden Peterson, top of the order. He had a ground out to short back in the 1st. With Ryan Humphreys, the starting pitcher, remaining on the hill for the Oaks. Here's the pitch, and Peterson sees a little something taken off the fastball from Humphreys. Misses high for ball 1. Peterson, who plays for the University of Pacific, did not play yesterday for Bill Pintard, but at the top of the order here this afternoon. 1 away, bases clear, top of the 3rd. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Peterson sees an off-speed pitch missing high. That last one at 78. Looks like it might have been that breaking ball that Humphreys has tried to throw. Doesn't get the break late. So Peterson quickly ahead, 2-0 with 1 out here. Top of the 3rd. Humphreys, the 2-0 pitch, and Peterson sees a fastball away, ball 3. Drew Markle waits on deck, and the Foresters looking to get someone aboard here with 1 out, trying to get back that run that they just gave up. Humphreys coming set. Here's the 3-0. This ball turned on, sent foul behind home plate. Caden Peterson giving the okay to swing on the 3-0 pitch. Now 3-1. And the southpaw on the hill, coming set against the right-handed batter, Caden Peterson. Base is cleared, 1 away. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and Peterson takes strike 2. He thought he had first base. The fastball just clipsing right at the knees, the edge of the strike zone. Count full for Caden. Staring from Humphreys on the bump. 1 away, base is clear here, top of the 3rd. Payoff pitch. And Peterson this time sees ball 4, the fastball missing high from Humphreys. It's a 1-out walk for Peterson, and he is aboard for the first time this afternoon.
Now batting for the Foresters, number 4, Drew Markle.
And this brings up the shortstop, Drew Markle. 1 away, and Peterson, after his base on balls, now at first. Markle bats out the right side. Humphreys coming set. Look over to first base. First pitch. Markle looks to lay down a bunt right side down the first baseline. Goes foul and rolling into the first base dugout where his teammates are housed here. Again, no fencing, no netting in front of either dugout. All the bystanders on the pine need to keep a watchful eye. But a man at first base, now strike to Markle. Humphreys on the bump. Coming set from the chest. The 0-1 pitch, and Drew taps this one foul to the left side of home plate. Not showing a bunt this time, gave it a whack, but out of play for strike number 2. TJ Pompey will follow Drew here in the top of the 3rd inning. We are tied up at 1. The Sturs got a run in the first, the Oaks a run in the second. Markle quickly down the count, 0-2. Humphreys very methodical on the hill. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Markle up, out of play over the first base dugout. We will do it again here. Sparky Anderson Field, named after the late, great Sparky Anderson. Such a distinguished manager, Big Red Machine for Cincinnati all those years, also Detroit. He's a big supporter of baseball here in Thousand Oaks and Cal Lutheran. That's why the field named after him. And at first base, 1 away. Humphreys Winds up the 0-2 pitch, and Markle, the runner goes, takes a ball high, sliding in head first to second base. Is Peterson safe? And a stolen bag for Peterson to get in a scoring position. Great run from Peterson from first to second. Markle was able to take a ball high. 1-2 now the count for Drew. TJ Pompey awaits on deck. When cutting across playing surface, pole to pole. Humphreys coming set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Markle lines this one on chopper on the backhand to the third baseman. He fires across the infield diamond, and the throw in time. Markle is retired, grounding out to third. A good grab there from Tanner Patelski. And that chopper off the backhand. The third baseman fires over to Will Joseph. 2 gone here in the top of the third. Still a 1-run ball game, but a man at second base. It's Caden Peterson. Here's TJ Pompey. Had the first knock of the ball game for the Sturs. He scored the lone run as well. He was driven in by Dominic Smaldino back in the first. And it's second, 2 gone. Humphreys, first pitch, and Pompey sees an off-speed missing high. That last pitch at 77 for Humphreys. Strike, ball number 1. The Sturs looking to bounce back after yesterday's loss, and their first loss of the season at the hand of the Slow Blues. Good pitching all game long, but no run support. Here's the 1-0, and Pompey sees an off-speed in the strike zone, lower half of the zone. At the knees for TJ, it's 1-1. Smaldino awaits on deck if TJ is able to reach. Both teams have 2 knocks thus far. Top half of the third inning with 2 out. Humphreys coming set on the bump. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes to third, a swing and a miss, and no throw over to third base. So Caden Peterson steals his way all the way to third base. Pompey now down the count, a ball and 2 strikes. 2 stolen bases here for Caden. And there's no throw from the catcher, Landon West. Peterson had a good jump, second to third. Tim Pompey puts something in play. Score Peterson for the second run, regain that advantage that they gave up the bottom half of the second inning. With 2 out, Humphreys coming set, the southpaw. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Pompey swinging a miss. The heater got him high in the zone, and Humphreys has his first K. Peterson stranded at third base. We go to the bottom of the third. Oaks Forsters tied up at 1. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Go to the bottom half of the third frame here from the Thousand Oaks. Will Joseph, Justin Rubin, Tanner Beltowski due up to face Hudson Hamilton. The starter remains on the hill for the Sturs. Here's the first pitch. Will Joseph in the gap in the right center field. Moving over is Caden Peterson, called off by the center fielder D. Kennedy, and makes the squeeze in right center field. Joseph retired one pitch from Hudson Hamilton on the fly out into center. One away here in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring up Justin Rubin, the DH today for the Oaks. Rubin has worked a walk, one of three that the Oaks have walked here this afternoon against Hudson Hamilton in his debut for the Sturs. It's a one-run ball game, both teams with 2 hits. Here's the first pitch, and Rubin sees a fastball away. Ball 1. There are a couple guys warming up in the Foresters bullpen, with Hamilton seeing a little traffic, sends on a 1-0 pitch. Fastball missing away to the right-hand batter, Justin Rubin. It's ball 2. And slated today in long relief, Max Frazier and Ty Zarodnik for the pitching coach, Ryan Kramer. Hudson Hamilton is pulled relatively early innings. Both one away, and the base is clear. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Rubin, he gets hit. He tried to turn away from it, but takes it on the left shoulder blade. And he will reach base for the second time today, a walk, and now hit by pitch for Justin Rubin. He will reach with one away here in the third. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Tanner Beltelski. He struck out swinging against Hamilton in the first. Some more traffic now for the Oaks on the bases. Here's the first pitch. Beltelski sees an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Good delivery from Hamilton. 0-1. Talking about the long relievers here this afternoon, Ty Zarodnik, who's already tossed first 3 games, likely would expect Max Frazier check back to first base, and scampering back is Rubin. And Max Frazier was recently activated, still awaiting his first appearance on the hill for the Sturs, likely to come in this game. So Beltelski down the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and a check swing. Did he go? The first base umpire says he did. And Beltelski down the count, 0-2. Great curveball from Hamilton. Rubin at first, who was hit by Hudson. With one away. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Beltelski sees a fastball at 87, high for ball 1. On this sunny day from 1,000 Oaks, Hamilton takes a moment on the hill, winds up the 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, a check swing, that ball under the wickets of Nick Sanders off the backstop. So a stolen base for Max Rubin. That's the second stolen base of the day by the Oaks. With one away, the DH who was hit now to first base. Nick Sanders no throw over. That ball went under his legs into the backstop. Count now even at 2. Pitch down low on the 1-2 count from Hamilton to Beltelski. Now a man in scoring position with one away. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Beltelski sees a fastball high, full count. Landon West waits on deck. And still the wind slices across the playing surface, pole to pole here at Sparky Anderson Field. Man at second, only one out. Big 3-2 pitch, and Beltelski sends it the other way, but out of play. Just over that first base dugout where the Sturs are housed. And for the Conejo Oaks, 2-3 their overall record, playing a couple more games compared to the Sturs in the early goings of the season, their opening day a few days before Santa Barbara. But this is going to be a big payoff pitch from Hamilton. The 3-2 delivery, and Beltelski checks swing. He takes ball 4. The breaking ball misses. And the fourth walk worked by the Oaks here this afternoon. That puts 2 aboard, and here comes Bill Pintard, the manager at the first base dugout. We've seen action in the bullpen. Max Frazier warming Pintard, along with the catcher, having a word with Hudson Hamilton. And it looks like he pointed down to the bullpen, and he did. We will have a pitching change here in the bottom of the third. We are tied up at 1 from 1,000 Oaks.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forrester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Forresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Back in 1,000 Oaks, the new arm coming in is indeed Max Frazier, left-handed pitcher, making his debut for the Foresters this season. And for Max, just completed up his freshman year at Washington and at UW. 13 appearances, 5 starts, tossed just over 30 innings. Struck out 14, walked 7 at his time at Washington during his freshman campaign. But now he'll inherit 2 base runners here in the bottom of the third, so currently a 1-run ball game. And for Hudson Hamilton, he's pitched 2 innings and a third, gave up 2 hits. We'll have to see how many runs come around to score, if any more, in this third inning. But Hamilton, the starting pitcher, walked 4 and also struck out 4. But the first opposition for the new arm, Max Frazier, the southpaw on the hill, will be Landon West. And West had the first knock of the ball game. He came around to score the lone run so far for the Oaks in the game. Runner at second, runner at first, with 1 away. Frazier winds up the first pitch. Here it is. The fastball misses high at 88. Ball number 1. Lucas Daniel Wicks awaits on deck for the Oaks. It's ball and no strikes from Frazier to Landon West, and Frazier had a long look into his catcher Sanders. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and misses away on the heater, ball 2. And Frazier recently activated, of course, in his debut here this afternoon for the Sturs. Good to have another lefty pitcher available. Ty Zarodnik, really been the only lefty so far this early goings of the season. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and West sees ball 3 away. Another fastball missing from the left-handed pitcher. To aboard, only a single out. Here's a big 3-0 pitch, and West takes a fastball down the middle. Good delivery from Frazier to get himself back in the count. 3-1. Lucas Danielwicks awaits on deck. It's a great pitch from Frazier to get himself back in it after 3 straight balls. Here's the 3-1, and a swing and a miss. Another fastball from Frazier, inducing the swing high in the zone. Full count. This is a massive pitch coming up here from Frazier. Lucas Danielwicks awaits on deck. Third base open, only a single out in this tied ball game. Here's the payoff pitch, and West pops it up and back behind home plate, out of play. We'll do it again. And Landon West, he led off in the second inning. He's trying to work his teammates around the bases. In the last inning, the Oaks put up a run. It was actually West who came around to score that lone run, who's at the dish currently. But again, critical 3-2 pitch, and that misses. Ball 4, fastball missing high and away. And the bases will be loaded, only a single out here in the third. It's the 5th walk given up by Santa Barbara pitching here this afternoon. It's going to bring up Lucas Danielwicks, who struck out against Hudson Hamilton, but no room for error now. Bases juiced. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch, and that fastball just missing high from Max Frazier. Frazier, southpaw, looks into Sanders with a faster tempo on the bump. Here's the 1-0. Danielwicks sees a fastball away at 87, ball 2. So for Hudson Hamilton, he started off this inning, the starting pitcher, induced a flyout. Justin Rubin was hit, and the next 2 batters all worked walks. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Danielwicks fouls back in the netting behind home plate. Another fastball from Frazier, 2-1. To follow Danielwicks will be Tommy Kendlinger. A one-run ball, I should say, tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the third with the bases loaded. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Danielwicks sees a fastball in at 86. Did not miss by much. 3-1. Frazier needs to find the strike zone, or the Oaks are going to take the lead. Bases juiced, 1 out. Frazier coming set. 3-1 pitch. Danielwicks swings on it, pops up right side, and no chances that ball will hit the top of the first base dugout for a second strike. Full count for the left fielder, Lucas Danielwicks. Huge pitch coming up here for Frazier. Find the strike zone, you have your second out. Or if you miss, a run will score. The bases remain loaded with only a single out. Here's the payoff pitch, and Danielwicks pops up, almost a carbon copy. It slices out of play on top of the first base dugout. Yet again, it thuds its way over there. It remains 3-2. In the bottom of the third inning, Max Frazier entered in relief for Hudson Hamilton, who went 2 1/3, the starting pitcher. Middle infielders playing relatively back. Payoff pitch. Danielwicks lines this one. This ball is in the gap in right center field. A run will score. Looking like 2 runs will score. 2 RBI base hit for Lucas Danielwicks, and the Conejo Oaks now on top 3-1 over the Sturs. What an AB from Lucas Danielwicks. Putting in the gap in right center field. And now the pitching coach appears out of the first base dugout, Ryan Kramer. Justin Rubin scores the second run, and Tanya Beltowski, who was at second, scores the third run for the Oaks. It's now a 3-1 ball game. And Lucas Danielwicks coming up clutch for his first hit for the Oaks this afternoon. The next batter will be Tommy Kendlinger, but Ryan Kramer, pitching coach, hasn't had to make many mound visits throughout this year. His staff has been locked in. But here this afternoon, some free passes have been hurting the Foresters. When you look at the scoreboard now, 3 runs, of course, for the Oaks compared to 1 for the Sturs. 3 knocks for the Oaks and 2 for Santa Barbara, but just been walks 5 on the day for Conejo. They're just 2 1/3. Still not going to get any easier. Landon West is at second after the 2 RBI single from Daniel Wicks. He is at first, still only a single out, and here's Tommy Kendlinger. Comp is completed. The pitch, and off speed, finds a strike zone from Max Frazier. 0-1. The right-handed batter, Kendlinger, stands back in. Frazier fired a strike for the first pitch. Here's the second pitch. The 0-1 up, out of play, and quickly Frazier ahead 0-2. That ball fouled off over the seats to the right of home plate. And for Tommy Kendlinger, he worked to walk in the second. Long look in for Frazier, hunched over on the hill, getting the signs from Nick Sanders behind the dish. 2 aboard, only a single out. 0-2 pitch, and Kendlinger takes it the other way, but foul over the first base dugout. Kai Caranto awaits on deck for Conejo. It's a very nice baseball complex on the campus of Cal Lutheran. Man at second, man at first. 1 away. Coming set, Frazier. 0-2 pitch, and it misses high on a fastball, 88, 1-2. Kai Caranto still waiting on deck. And Frazier trying to get out of this inning. Now some more bodies up in the bullpen for Santa Barbara. Getting loose. No one throwing quite yet. The 1-2 pitch, and a breaking ball doesn't break. It misses high, 2-2. Sturs now trailing by 2 runs. Yesterday they were shut out by the Blues, given their first loss of the season. 1 away, 2 aboard. Frazier comes set, 2-2 pitch, and Kendlinger lines this one into center field. That ball will get down in front of D. Kennedy for a base hit. And Kennedy, it got past him. It's all the way at the wall. 1 run will score. Kennedy's still tracking after the ball. He finally picks it up. Another run will score. Another run looking to score from third base. 3 runs will score. Tommy Kendlinger gets all the way around. It's a Little League home run for the right fielder. It's now 6-1 for Conejo. 3 runs come around to score for the Oaks on that play. It was the base hit into center field, and D. Kennedy was playing in the middle of the outfield grass. It somehow just got past him and trundled all the way to the center field wall. That was probably 20 yards away from where D initially was posted up in center field, and as a result, Tommy Kendlinger comes all the way around to score, who just had that batted ball in the center field. Here's the first pitch. Now the next batter, Caranto, misses for ball 1. It's now a 5-run ball game. 6-1 our score. Oaks on top. Here's the second pitch. Fouled up and out of play for strike number 1. 1-1 count, and the last 5 batters that have stood in this afternoon for the Oaks have all scored. Still only a single out, but now the base is clear. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the 9-hole hitter, Caranto. He takes a fastball away, ball 2. So Tommy Kendlinger, the last batter, had the single in the center. As a result of the error, came all the way around to score. The 2-1 pitch, and Caranto sees ball 3 away at 85. Now action in the pen, tossing. Looks like it might be Brady Spencer. Still only a single out here in the bottom of the third. It's a 5-run ball game. 3-1 pitch. Caranto sends it up and out of play over the first base dugout. Full count. For Hudson Hamilton, who started off this inning, had 1 pitch and 1 out. Now the Stars can't get out of this inning. Here's a 3-2 and a called strike 3. The fastball from Max Frazier, and Kai Caranto goes down looking for the second out here in the third. First strikeout for Max Frazier as a Forster. Gets Caranto, the 9-hole hitter, looking. That's going to have the lineup turnover. Here's Austin Carrillo. He's standing in for the 3rd time already. He's got a walk and an RBI single. Bats from the left side. Base is clear now. 2 gone. The Stars just Can't get out of this inning fast enough. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider from Frazier this time. Haven't seen that pitch. 0-1. 5 runs here in the third for the Oaks. The 0-1. And Conejo sees a breaking ball, and he's quickly down the count. 0-2. And Frazier, 2 pitches and 2 solid strikes. Coming set on the hill. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Austin Conejo sees another breaking ball away this time. Ball 1. 1-2. With 5 runs in here in the third for the Oaks. It's now 6-1 our score. Oaks on top of Santa Barbara. 2 out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Conejo, he gets hit. And Conejo will head to first base, still on one knee, and gets up. The left-handed batter turned away, and it looked like it hit him on the right side of the back. He will reach base. And in this inning, the Oaks have been hit twice. They've worked 2 walks. They've had 2 hits to score their 5 runs. Big part of those 2 runs was that error by the outfield from Santa Barbara, allowing Kendlinger at the base hit into center field to come all the way around to score. But here, it's Jordan Kang, the 9th batter to stand in for the Oaks. Runner goes on the first pitch, but the ball popped up and out of play behind home plate by Jordan Kang for strike 1. So Max Frazier looking to get out of this inning, still only the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here from Thousand Oaks. Comes set. And the 0-1 pitch to Jordan Kang, but a check back to first base. First from Frazier to Austin Conejo, who was just hit. And then the winds here on this picture-perfect day from the Thousand Oaks, still cutting from the foul pole. Left field to right field, pole to pole. The wind's going across the field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Kang sees a ball away at 82 from Max Frazier to even up the count 1-1. The 9th batter for the Oaks here in this inning. The Oaks are on a 2-game skid. Lost to the Ventura Pirates yesterday. 1-2 affair. Frazier steps off again to first base, his 2nd disengagement. A look in from Frazier to Nick Sanders. And now the 1-1 pitch. And Jordan Kang sees a fastball away, 2-1. For Santa Barbara entering this ball game. All the talk was about the offense, and here defensively, some mistakes. The pitching just not being as strong as the first couple games. A lot of free passes to the Oaks. A couple hit batters as well. Here's the 2-1. And Kang swinging a miss on another fastball to even up the count, 2-2. With 2 out here in the 3rd. Oaks on top 6-1. 5 runs in here in this inning for Conejo. Frazier coming up, 2-2 pitch, and Kang, but the runner goes to second base. It's a great throw, and coming over from second base, TJ Pompey to apply the tag. Austin Conejo, who was hit, caught stealing at second base for the 3rd out of the inning, but the damage done here in the 3rd. A 5 spot for the Oaks. We go to the 4th. Oaks on top 6-1 over Santa Barbara.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We go to the fourth, and Ryan Humphreys, the starting pitcher for the Oaks, remains on the hill, and he had a long break in the dugout after the 5 spot from his offense in the bottom of the third. Smaldino will lead things off for Santa Barbara. Bats from the right side. Here's the first pitch, and he takes a fastball away for ball number 1. For Dominic today, serving as a DH, 1 for 1, had an RBI single in the first. It's Smaldino, Sanders, Patterson due up in this inning. And the Sturs need to find some offense. They've got work to do, trailing by 5. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and the off-speed got Smaldino to swing. Nothing. 1-1 our count. 2 hits so far for the Sturs. Able to push in a run. Smaldino was able to push in Pompey in the first. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Smaldino spits on a breaking ball, missing inside and low for ball 2. And for Smaldino, who plays for Cal, 2 for 6 on the year as a Forester. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Leadoff man here in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch, 2-1, chopped and tapped, actually foul behind home plate. Strike number 2. Nick Sanders awaits on deck for Santa Barbara. Ryan Humphreys, a southpaw, coming set on the hill in his second start of the year for the Oaks. Very good pitcher from Westmont College. Long hold, and here's the 2-2 pitch. And Smaldino's swing and a miss. The off-speed from Humphreys got him. And Smaldino down on strikes. 2 Ks now for Ryan Humphreys. That's going to bring up Nick Sanders. With 1 away and the bases clear here in the top of the fourth. Conejo leading 6-1 over Santa Barbara, putting up 5 runs in the third. Humphreys comes set after picking up his second K, and Sanders is 0 for 1 today. He waits the first pitch from Humphreys. Here it is. And Sanders sees a fastball, takes it away at belt height. Ball 1. Daniel Patterson will await on deck. And for Sanders today, he had a fly out into right. That was back in the first. A little bit of traffic in that first inning for Ryan Humphreys as the Foresters were able to collect 2 hits and push in a run. Both the bases clear and an out. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and Sanders takes an off-speed, missing low for ball 2. Sanders steps back in. Here from the campus of Cal Lutheran Sparky Anderson Field. Humphreys falls behind 2-0 and a swing and a miss as Sanders saw a changeup from Humphreys out ahead of it for strike 1. Good delivery from the southpaw on the hill, the starter for the Oaks. And for Humphreys, he has retired the last 3 that he has faced. Going back to the third inning. 1 away, the 2-1 pitch, and Sanders taps it foul behind home plate, past our home plate umpire. Strike number 2. You have to imagine what the situation will be here for the manager, Bill Pintard. Still really early in the ball game, only the top of the 4th inning. You had your starting pitcher Chase from the game. You go to any bats a little earlier in the lineup, earlier in the game, I should say. Try to bring some life into the lineup, but here's a 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled up over the first base dugout from Sanders. We'll do it again. 1 away, bases clear, top of the 4th. When you're looking at the Foresters, what they have done as a summer bowl team, of course, playing in the CCL, and for the CCL now in its 31st year as a league. And the CCL this year being expanded to include some affiliates, the Ventura Pirates, who we've already seen this season, and the San Diego Sunrays, which the Sturs will play later on this month. All the interdivision games between the North and South divisions here in the CCL, counting towards the postseason standings. That's a little bit different compared to years past here for the CCL. Both one way and the base is clear. Humphreys about to deliver the 2-2 pitch to Sanders. Here it is. And Sanders takes it with an off speed at 77 from Humphreys. Full count. More on that same lines for Santa Barbara. The Foresters, what they have done the last couple years at the National Baseball Congress World Series. The runner-up last year to the Hutchinson Monarchs. Team hails from Kansas. Looking to get back to that title game yet again this year. Here's the payoff pitch, and Sanders down on strikes. It was a changeup from Humphreys and got Sanders, and the last three retired by Humphreys, all strikeouts. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. This is going to bring up Daniel Patterson. We alluded to it the first time Daniel came up to bat when he flew out into right field. But he's looking to face his college teammate for the second time, but it looks like we'll have a pitching change. We saw Patterson about to step up to the box. He had a smile on his face knowing he wanted to hit his teammate in college, but we will have a pitching change. We will not have a Westmont v. Westmont matchup between Patterson and Humphreys. Instead, we have a new arm coming in for the Oaks when we return.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Still in the top half of the 4th inning with 2 outs. Our pitching change. The Oaks bring in Daniel Orozco, the right-handed pitcher, to face Patterson. Here's the first pitch. And it looks like the fastball missing away at the knees to Daniel. Ball 1. You saw Patterson. You definitely felt like he wanted that matchup between his teammate at Westmont against Humphreys, but he's unable to get it for the second time. Sees a 1-0 pitch. This one is lined off 1 hop to the shortstop, 2 hops actually, and picked up by Kang. Fired over to first base, and Will Jofus is there to be the recipient of that ball, and Daniel Patterson will ground out 6-3 to end the top half of the 4th inning. Score still 6-1 in favor of the Oaks. Go to the bottom half of the 4th. Santa Barbara Foresters trail by 5. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Max Frazier remains on the bump for the Sturs. It is a 6-1 ball game. Oaks on top. 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up. It's Jordan Kang. Here's the first pitch, and the fastball missing high and away. Ball number 1. It'll be Jordan Kang, Will Joseph, Justin Rubin. 2 up for the Oaks. Find themselves leading the Sturs by 5 runs. Here comes the 1-0 offering to Jordan Kang, and he sees an off-speed changeup missing away for ball 2. And for the Oaks, they only have 2 more hits compared to the Sturs, but they've had a whole lot more traffic on the bases. They've been able to work 5 walks, and they've been hit twice by the pitching staff today for Santa Barbara. The leadoff man sees a 2-0 pitch, and it's fouled back in the netting. Strike number 1. In terms of pitching, Frazier was listed as a long reliever along with Ty Zarodnik this afternoon by the pitching coach Ryan Kramer. See how long Frazier goes in his relief outing. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Kang swinging a miss. The off-speed pitch got him to swing and fan on it. Strike number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Jordan Kang today. He does a strikeout, swinging in the first and a fly out into left. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and Kang pops it up right side into right field. Moving under it, Caden Peterson, that ball a mile in the air. Finally comes down. Peterson had to adjust for the wind and had a little bit of stumble, but makes the catch just on his toes, able to make the squeeze. And with that wind blowing in out of left field, took it towards the wall, but Peterson's able to make the catch. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. This brings up Will Joseph. Bats from the left side for the Oaks. He's 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a fly out into center. First time he'll face Max Frazier, who entered in the 3rd inning, I should say last inning for Hudson Hamilton. Here's the pitch, and the slider finds the strike zone. 0-1. 6-1 our score. Oaks on top. The 0-1 pitch, and Joseph sees breaking ball, and that misses away, maybe a fraction low as well from our home plate umpire. Ball and a strike. Base is clear, 1 away. 1-1 pitch. And Joseph, a big swing on another off-speed breaking ball. Ball and 2 strikes. Justin Rubin will wait on deck for Conejo. Here at Sparky Anderson Field, the base is clear. Frazier winds up the 1-2 pitch, and Joseph chops it foul. First base side of the park, just in front of the dugout where the Forsters are housed. You look at the dugouts, kind of similar to the Oakland Athletics home dugouts. No netting in front. Got to pay attention, but here's a 1-2 pitch, and Joseph's swing on a miss. The slider from Frazier got him, and the second K of the day for Max. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. That's going to bring up Justin Rubin, the DH. Yet to record an AB today. He's worked a walk, and he's been hit. Also scored the first of the 5 runs in the last inning for Conejo. Also a stolen base to his name. Stands in with the bases clear, 2 out. Here comes the first pitch from Frazier, the lefty. And the fastball missing high, ball 1. We've been talking for the Sturs, what they have done in the NBC World Series, making it to the title game last 4 years in a row. It's the 1-0 pitch. And Rubin sees a ball away and off speed at 76 from Frazier, 2-0. But for the Foresters, prevailed 2022, 21, and 20. Unable to get the 4-peat last year as a 2-0 pitch on its way, and a fastball in there for a strike. 2-1 to Justin Rubin. Max Frazier, the first reliever to be used today for Santa Barbara. Action up in the bullpen. It looks like all the way down there it's Zrodnik. Here's a 2-1 pitch, missing away, ball 3. Zrodnik, another lefty up in the pen, tossing for Santa Barbara. In terms of strategy, there is an off day tomorrow. Trying to keep this a 5-run ball game. Afford to use a few more arms. Here's a 3-1. And a breaking ball misses high and away, ball 4. It's another walk worked by Conejo here this afternoon. The 6th walk given up by Forster pitching here this afternoon. Along with 2 hit batters, but that will bring up Tanner Batalski. Not only that, the one error, the costly error in the outfield in that 3rd inning, scoring a couple runs. Here's the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Looks like the heater from Frazier, 0-1. So Justin Rubin works a 2-out walk. Bottom of the 4th. Oaks on top 6-1. Frazier look over to first base, the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss. The breaking ball from Max. 0-2 now. For Tanner Beltowski, he has a strikeout, a walk, and also a run scored. And Rubin, bat out of the 4th spot, all the way down is the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Frazier on 3 pitchers retires Beltowski for the 3rd out here in the 4th. We head to the 5th from Thousand Oaks. Oaks on top 6-1 over Santa Barbara.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the 5th inning, brought to you by Finney's Craft House on Lower State. It is a great place for Forster fans to gather before or after the game. Thank you to Finney's Craft House for sponsoring this 5th inning. Bottom of the order, due up, Rogers, Rodriguez, Kennedy. In this 5-run ball game, 6-1 our score, Oaks on top. First pitch, and this one is grounded over too short. Kang scoops up off the deck, and the throw over to first in time. No, they're seeing the first baseman pulled off the bag. That's the 2nd time that has happened. This time, Will Joseph, the first baseman, unable to keep his trailing foot on the bag. As a result, Will Rogers will reach on the throwing error. And the leadoff man aboard for Santa Barbara. We saw that play earlier on in the ball game. And Joseph, the first baseman, was just able to keep his back foot on the bag. And David Solis over out of the third base dugout to talk with our umpires. Now the entire umpiring congregation will come together just to the right of the mound on the first base side of the park. Fair ground to talk that last call over. Currently, they're saying Will Joseph was pulled off the bag. But regardless, Johnny Rodriguez will stand in. It's whether with a runner at first, no outs, or an out to start off this 5th inning. Santa Barbara. Get themselves back in this ball game. If you're down by 5 runs here in this 5th, you figure if you're able to get a couple in the 5, 6 innings, going into the later innings, give yourself a chance, get a couple base runners on, and then able to deposit a ball over the outfield fence, possibly tie it up. The conference completed just to the right of the hill. Confirmation that Will Rogers is safe. Will Joseph was pulled off the bag. So the leadoff man aboard after the first error of the game by the Oaks. Here's Johnny Rodriguez, bats from the left side. First pitch, and a swing and a miss. Strike number 1. Daniel Orozco remains on the hill. Looked like an off-speed pitch missing low. Should say it was lower in the zone, inducing the swing from Rodriguez. For strike number 1. Johnny today is 0 for 1. Had a pop up to third. That was back in the 2nd. Runner at first, no out. There's the 0-1 pitch, and this one is chopped over to second base. Kai Caranto, actually the first baseman, scoops up, and they get the force out at second, so Will Joseph, who was playing shallow down the first baseline, cuts it off. Kai Caranto, the second baseman, was playing just a few paces into the infield dirt beyond the infield grass. It's the first baseman who cuts it off, and they have the force out at second base after Will Rogers reached on the error. He is out at second for the first out, and Johnny Rodriguez reaches on the fielder's choice. So a man still at first base this time with 1 out to bring up D. Kennedy. Kennedy bats out of the 9 spot. He's 0 for 1 today. Here's the first pitch from Orozco. And that fastball at 82 finds a strike zone, 0-1. For D, a ground out to second. That was in the 3rd. Second time standing in here this afternoon. Top of the order stands on deck. A little bit of shadows now being casted by the setting sun. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Kennedy spits on a breaking ball, missing away and low for ball 1. When you're looking at the sun setting probably beyond the third base dugout and extending shadows towards the first base side of the park. Shadow's probably 2 yards long at this point. See D. Kennedy's shadow just about a couple feet down the first baseline. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Kennedy pops up and out of play just to the right of home plate. That's strike number 2. So 2 men have reached base after Johnny Rodriguez grounded into the fielder's choice to eliminate Will Rogers at second, who reached on the E6. Caden Peterson stands on deck, top of the order. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kennedy, and Kennedy taps it foul, spikes it right in front of home plate, and it just trundles a few yards to the left of home plate. We'll do it again. When you're looking at this Santa Barbara team, well, the Foresters in general, founded in 1991 by Bob Townsend, well-distinguished coach who was working with UC Santa Barbara at the time. Daniel Orozco coming set, about to deliver the 1-2 pitch, and Kennedy lines this one over to short. There's Kang, there's 1 at second base. Will it be 2? No, unable to get the throw there in time. D. Kennedy is able to bat it out on the attempted 6-4-3. The Oaks get the 6-4 Kang to Caranco for another force out at second base. So the second fielder's choice as D. Kennedy reaches for the first time this ball game. All 3 men have reached base that have stood in. Kennedy grounding into that fielder's choice now. Stands in with 2 out. Here in the top of the 5th, Conejo leads 6-1 over the Sturs. This brings in Caden Peterson. First pitch, fastball going the opposite way down the right field line. Will it fall? It will. In front of the right fielder, Tommy Kendlinger. He scoops up, and the runners will be on the corners. Caden Peterson only needed to see 1 pitch, and he has his first knock of the ball game. Going opposite field. That ball, we saw it earlier in the ball game off the bat. TJ Pompey kind of flared up and flew in that wind with that cut spin off the bat. The right-handed batter, Caden Peterson, fell well away from Tommy Kendlinger, the right fielder. So that will put runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the 5th. D. Kennedy now at 3rd. This brings up Drew Markle. The Stars able to get some runs here, get themselves back in it. They trail by 5. First pitch to Drew. And that fastball misses low for ball 1. Markle today a line out into right, ground out to 3rd. Can the Stars get their first run since the first inning? They put up a single run in the 1st. Here in the top of the 5th, trying to do some damage with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. And Markle sees a fastball down the middle, 1-1. Daniel Orozco entered in the fourth inning, last inning, with 2 outs after Ryan Humphreys recorded the first 2 outs in the fourth. Runner goes from first to second. Breaking ball misses for ball 2, and no throw from the catcher, Landon West. So now Caden Peterson over to second and 2 in scoring position for the Sturs, making things a little bit more interesting here in the fifth. Stolen bag. That's actually the third stolen bag today by Peterson. He's been a machine on the bases. Here's the 2-1 now to Drew, but Orozco, the pitcher for the Oaks, steps off. Again on Peterson, he worked a walk in the third, a stolen base to second, and a stolen base to third in that third inning. Now stolen base here in the fifth. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Marco on a breaking ball spits on it. Ball 3. TJ Pompey stands on deck. And it looked like the Foresters, with 2 outs, they only had a single man on. That single from Peterson could pay some dividends here if Marco's able to reach base. 2 in scoring position, 2 out. It's a 5-run ball game. Foresters look to change it right here. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and Marco lines this one into left field. Daniel Wicks gets under it and makes the catch in left. It looked like that ball might have some tail and fall in front of him, but a pair of runners stranded in scoring position for the Foresters after the Marco line out into left. Go to the bottom half of the fifth. Oaks still on top 6-1 over Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Oaks still on top 6-1 over Santa Barbara. Will be Landon West, Lucas Daniel Wicks, and Tommy Kendlinger due up in this Finney's fifth inning, presented by Finney's Craft House on Lower State. Great place to grab some grub before or after the game on Santa Barbara. Here's the first pitch from Max Frazier, and the breaking ball misses low for ball 1 to Landon West. And still is Max Frazier remaining in this ball game. He entered in the third after Hudson Hamilton recorded the first out in that third inning. Frazier has been in ever since. Facing the leadoff man, here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's changeup high in the zone. Finds the strike zone, 1-1. It's the 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters coming up for the Oaks. They've seen production from essentially the entire lineup all day long. Here's a 1-1 pitch, popped up over the first base dugout for strike number 2. And for West, he has scored 2 runs of the 6 on the scoreboard for the Oaks. Had a leadoff single in the second when he was pushed in by a RBI single by Austin Carrillo. Also a walk in the third inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch. And West swinging a miss. The off-speed pitch from Frazier. Got West and Max Frazier. He has his 4th strikeout of his outing and his 4th strikeout as a Forester. One away in the bottom of the Finney's fifth inning, presented by Finney's Craft House. That brings up Lucas Daniel Wicks. 1 for 2 today. A strikeout and 2 RBI single in the third. Also, he scored in that third inning as well. Here's the first pitch, and a breaking ball finds the upper half of the zone for a strike. And it looks like Frazier settling in now. He came in a tough situation in that third inning with traffic behind him. to take over for Hamilton. Here's the 0-1, and that off-speed changeup finds a strike zone, 0-2. So Frazier walking in here. Again, we've talked about it's tough, especially if you haven't pitched collegiately for your team, your college team, in quite some time to come in. Here's the 0-2. This ball is slow dribbler down the third baseline. Patterson moves in and fires across the diamond in time for the second out in the fifth. Daniel Wicks grounds out. That's going to bring up Tommy Kendlinger. But for Frazier, you can definitely tell that he's settled in. Then he was recently active in his debut as a Forester here this afternoon. Playing for a new manager, new coach, new faces around you. It's tough to get comfortable, and he's now finding his groove. Good to see he's retired the last 3. 2 gone, base was clear, bottom of the 5th. Still a 5-run game, Oaks on top. Kendlinger sees a first pitch, and this one's grounded sharply over to Pompey at second. A little bit of a fumble, but he recovers, and the throw over to Johnny Rodriguez in time, and it's a very clean 1-2-3 inning for Max Frazier. We are headed to the 6th here in Thousand Oaks. The Oaks on top 6-1 over Santa Barbara.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We head to the 6th from Thousand Oaks. It's still a 6-1 ball game. Daniel Roscoe, the lone reliever to be used in this game for the Oaks, remains on the bump. Be Pompey, Smaldino, Sanders due up in this inning for Santa Barbara with work to do. Still, if you're able to get some runs here in the 6th, possibly the 7th, we saw it in the last inning, 2 in scoring position. If you're able to somehow leave the yard, get a homer, it's a 2-run ball game all of a sudden. And Pompey, he could be a spark plug here for the Sturs, leading things off. The right-handed batter. Here's the first pitch. And Pompey sees a fastball away from Orozco, down low as well. Ball 1. TJ today had a single in the first. Also came around to score the lone run for the Foresters and a strikeout in the 3rd. Orozco winds up the 1-0 pitch, and Pompey takes a fastball in the strike zone, 1-1. Ball and a strike to the leadoff man, Pompey. Here's the pitch. And Pompey lines this one to the glove of the third baseman. Tanner Beltowski, the third baseman, climbs the ladder and makes the squeeze. That ball sharply hit off the barrel of TJ, but he is retired on the line out to third. So 1 away in the 6th. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Smaldino. Jacob Coes now to bat for Santa Barbara. So the first pinch hitter of the day for manager Bill Pintard. Jacob Coes, here's the first pitch, bats from the left side. This one's grounded over to short. Jordan Kang scoops up off the deck, fires over to first, and the throw in time. So pinch hitting Coes, he is retired after 1 pitch on the ground out to short. 2 gone in the 6th, and that's going to bring up Nick Sanders. Sanders serving as a catcher will stand in, bases clear, 2 gone in the bottom of the top half of the 6th, pardon me. Oaks leading 6-1. And Sanders today, he is 0 for 2, a fly out into right and a strikeout. Here's the first pitch, and Sanders takes it away on off speed from Orozco. That is ball number 1. And Daniel Orozco entered in the middle of that 4th inning for Ryan Humphreys for the Oaks pitching staff. It's not faced Nick Sanders yet here today. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Nick sees a fastball low in the zone for a strike. If Nick is somehow able to reach, Patterson awaits on deck. And the Stars needed some base runners. They've got 3 hits, but only a single run to show for. Orozco coming set for Conejo, the 1-1 pitch, and Sanders takes a fastball low in the zone. It's a good delivery. Sanders falls behind 1-2. But after the 2 quick outs in the top half of the 6th frame, they had a little bit of a 2-out push in the last inning. Can they do that here? But here's the 1-2, and Sanders lines this one in the left, moving in, but it will fall in front of the left fielder, Lucas Daniel Wicks, and Nick Sanders has his first hit of the ball game, the base hit in the left field, and that's going to bring up Daniel Patterson. So both teams now with 4 hits, but a 5-run discrepancy on the scoreboard. Both teams also with a single error. So Patterson stands in after the 2-out knock by Nick. Sanders at first. Daniel Orozco, first pitch, and Patterson sees a fastball in there for a strike. And for Daniel Orozco, that's the second hit he has given up since coming in that 4th inning. Moving with a little bit more pace now on the hill. The 0-1 pitch, and Patterson sees a breaking ball away from the right-handed pitcher. Even up the count 1-1. For Santa Barbara, when you look at their slash line through the first 3 games, slugging under 300, the 1-1 pitch, and this one is lined into left field. Daniel Wicks trying to get there. It's in the gap, and that ball will fall. Daniel Wicks, the left fielder, scoops it up. Sanders being waved home, and the cutoff man play at the plate, not in time, and an RBI double for Daniel Patterson. And it's now a 4-run game as the Foresters cut into their deficit. Great piece of hitting from Patterson, takes it into the gap. All the way from first base, scores Nick Sanders. So indeed, with 2 outs here in the 6th, the Foresters making a little bit of a push, and Daniel Patterson has his first hit of the summer, good for 2 bags and a run batted in. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Will Rogers. 0 for 2 today, but now Patterson still in scoring position. 6-2 our score, Conejo on top. First pitch, Rogers sees a breaking ball, drops in the upper half of the zone for a strike. And you look at this ballgame as a whole, Santa Barbara a run in the first, the Oaks a run in the second, but then 5 runs in the third for Conejo. That's where the damage was done. But still, it's only a 4-run game now. The 0-1 pitch to Rogers. Runner goes from second to third, but this ball fouled off over the first base dugout for strike 2 to Will. Patterson trying to make the jump, but he trots back to second base. And Will Rogers quickly down the count, 0-2. He's got a ground out to second, also reached on air. That was in the 5th. Roscoe, the 0-2 pitch, and Will Rogers takes strike 3, called strike 3 on him. The fastball high in the zone, but Rogers in stasis. That will leave Patterson stranded at second base, but Daniel drives in Nick Sanders, and we are going to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Oaks on top 6-2 over Santa Barbara.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
we head to the bottom of the 6th from 1,000 Oaks, California. Kai Caranto will lead things off for the Oaks. It's 9-1 and 2 due up with Max Frazier still remaining in this ball game. So Max back in the ball game. He entered in the middle of the 3rd inning to relieve Hudson Hamilton. Here's the first pitch to Caranto, and Caranto sees a slider, backdoor slider dropping in for strike number 1. Caranto today is 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out looking. Struck out looking. It's actually the first of 4 strikeouts for Max Frazier this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch. Looking for that slider again and misses. Ball 1. And for Frazier, he's retired the last 4 in order. And again, since that 3rd inning when he came in a tough situation with 2 base runners behind him, a couple runs came in to score. He settled in nicely. Here's the 1-1. Change up high in the zone, popped up right side. The catcher moves in. Also the first baseman, Johnny Rodriguez, called off by TJ Pompey, the second baseman, who makes the catch just about a yard in fair ground, 2/3 down the first baseline. Pompey, the second baseman, calls off Rodriguez at first to make the squeeze. So the 9-hole hitter retired. That's going to bring around the top of the order, Austin Carrillo. With 1 away, bottom of the 6th. Santa Barbara at the top half of the 6th inning. They do get a run. That does put them in slam range. Nick Sanders had the 2-out knock, and then Daniel Patterson, the RBI double, to make it a 4-run ball game. Base is clear, 1 out. Here's Carrillo, first pitch. And Carrillo sees a slider missing away. And Carrillo bats from the left side. It's a lefty-lefty matchup here. And Carrillo has had a phenomenal day at the dish. He's 1 for 1 with a walk, a stolen base, and he's also been hit. Big production from the man who bats at the top spot. The 1-0 pitch. And Carrillo sees another slider. This time misses inside. We've seen that slider miss away and now in to the left-handed batter. 2-0. Jordan Kang awaits on deck. Frazier looks to fire a strike. 1 away. 2-0 pitch. And that one finds a strike zone. Another breaking ball. Finds the lower half of the zone this time. 2 balls and a strike. Now some more action in the bullpen. It looks like Zarodnik tossing. Another lefty up in the pen. Here's the 2-1. And Carrillo spits on another breaking ball. Ball 3. All off-speed pitches here from Frazier with some movement in this bottom of the 6th inning. Oaks on top 6-2. Currently now, after the couple hits in the last inning, the Foresters have more hits than the Oaks in this ball game. Here's the pitch. And the 3-1 drops in there for strike 2. Another breaking ball from Frazier to even up to send the count to full. In this lefty-lefty matchup, Frazier working from the third base side of the rubber. The payoff pitch to Carrillo, and Carrillo stays alive, fouling it back behind home plate, just to the left of home plate. He will do it again. On for the Sturs. Going to have an off day tomorrow, then 2 games back at home on Friday and Saturday, a 2-game homestand. So be sure to come on out and support Santa Barbara as they take on the Blues and Arroyo Seco for the first time this season. But here's the payoff pitch to Carrillo, and Carrillo sends a slow roller down the first base line. That ball is fair. Johnny Rodriguez scoops up just about a foot behind first base and touches first base to retire the center fielder. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. Carrillo grounding out to first. And talking about how Frazier has settled in nicely here this afternoon. He has retired the last 6 he has faced. And before that, he gave up a walk, but the next 3 before that walk in the 4th, he retired. 3 before that walk. So Frazier settling in nicely. 2 gone, bases clear here in the 6th. Here's the first pitch, and this one's a heater back up the middle. That is a base hit. The heater at 93. We've seen a lot of off speed from Max. Finally goes to that fastball and concedes a base hit up the middle to Jordan Kang. That's interesting. We haven't seen that fastball really much at all from Frazier. Did not locate that one. As a result, a 2-out knock for Kang. That's going to bring up Will Joseph, who's 0 for 3 today. With the Oaks on top 6-2. And now both teams with 5 hits on the day. Frazier coming set. Another lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, and that one misses high. Breaking ball missed well high. That's 76 miles an hour. And that fastball, by the way, from Frazier was at 93. Takes a moment, getting back to the hill. He's got a fresh baseball. home plate umpire. There's a man at first, Jordan King, with 2 gone. Shadow's getting a little bit longer, setting to the left of third base dugout. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that slider misses away. Ball 2. Joseph today bats out of the third spot for the Oaks. A strikeout, fly out to center, and another strikeout. Second time facing Frazier. Check back to first base, and sliding back in head first is Jordan King. And Santa Barbara try to claw their way back into it. That run in the top half of this inning is a start. They'll have 9 outs to play with. Here's the 2-0. And another slider missing high and away. Ball 3. Still some bodies up in the bullpen down that right field line for Santa Barbara. The Foresters trying to keep it a 4-run game. Don't want to concede anything here with 2 outs in the 6th. 3-0 pitch. And Joseph takes one down the middle at 86 from Frazier. 3-1. Justin Rubin, the DH, stands on deck. Still a man at first. 3-1 pitch, and this one's flared up. Foul ground. The third baseman might have a crack at it. Patterson makes the squeeze halfway between the dugout and the third baseline. And so Daniel Patterson at third base makes the catch in foul ground to retire Will Joseph. And well done from Frazier, who is down 3-0 to get the out here in the 6th. We head to the 7th here from 1,000 Oaks. Conejo on top of Santa Barbara by 4.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We head to the 7th inning here from campus of Cal Lutheran. Sparky Anderson Field, Johnny Rodriguez, D. Kennedy, Caden Peterson due up, and they'll face a new pitcher. Reagan Gale will take over, the second reliever to be used today for the Oaks. And in the last inning, saw a little 2-out rally for the Foresters. Nick Sanders got on base with 2 outs, and Daniel Patterson drove him in with an RBI double, and that RBI was sponsored by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta, where the Foresters train to win. Thanks for Gold's Gym for sponsoring that RBI last inning. So we go to the 7th. Foresters have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up, trailing by 4. They have 9 outs to play with. Trying to go into the rest day tomorrow on a positive note after dropping a game yesterday. Try to get some base runners. The bottom of the order here. Caden Peterson also due up. Bats at the top spot. Here's the first pitch. And the fastball missing high from Reagan Gale, ball 1. So the first pitch from the right-handed pitcher, Reagan Gale, who enters for Daniel Orozco. Took over for Ryan Humphreys, who got the start today for Conejo. And Johnny Rodriguez bats from the left side. He's 0 for 2 today. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. Here's the pitch. And Rodriguez lines this one into right, and Tommy Kendlinger was able to get under it. Ball sharply hit, but straight to the right fielder. 2 pitches, and Johnny Rodriguez lines out into right field for the first out, top half of the 7th. And that's going to bring up 9-hole hitter. Would be D. Kennedy, but we'll have a pinch hitter, Jack Bollinger will now hit in the 9 spot. So Bollinger will hit. He bats from the left side. Bill Pintard bringing in another lefty. First pitch to Jack, and Bollinger sees a fastball in near the belt. Ball number 1. We've seen a couple pinch hitters. We saw Jacob Coase in the last inning. It's now Jack Bollinger to take things over. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Jack swinging a miss. Another fastball from Reagan Gale to even up the count, 1-1. So Bollinger trying to get on base with Caden Peterson, who's been great today, standing on deck. Base is clear, 1 away. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And looking for a bunt, pulls it back on a changeup from Gale that actually missed high, ball 2. And the shadow is getting a little bit longer. The sun setting beyond the third base dugout to our left here from Sparky Anderson Field. Base is clear, 1 away, and squaring around a bunt now is Bollinger, but he pulls it back and ripping a miss on the fastball from Reagan Gale. So Bollinger, 2-2 count. A little bit of a shift in the infield as well, favoring the pull side of this left-handed hitter. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and Bollinger slices it over to the bullpen, left base, third base side of the park. He will do it again. You see the shortstop nearly behind second base, with the third baseman playing essentially the shortstop position. 1 away, and the base is clear. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Bollinger sees the changeup missing high, full count. Also on that same thread in the outfield, the center fielder Austin Carrillo shading over fraction towards right center field. 1 away. Here comes the payoff pitch, and Bollinger slices it the other way again out of play over the third base dugout. Bollinger pinch hitting. Good plate appearance here, making Reagan Gale work. And for Reagan Gale, second reliever to be used today for the Oaks. Payoff pitch. Bollinger swing and a miss. Fastball got him. 2 down here in the top half of the 7th. First strikeout of the day for Reagan Gale. That's going to bring up Caden Peterson. With 2 down here in the top of the 7th. 6-2 our score. Conejo Oaks remain on top of the Foresters after they put up 5 runs in the 3rd. All the damage in that 3rd frame. Here's the first pitch to Peterson. And the fastball missing away. And at the knees, ball number 1. But for Peterson, is a ground out to short, a walk, a single. When he's gotten on base, he's got 3 stolen bags. Phenomenal base running from Peterson this afternoon. The 1-0 pitch. That's spikes in front of home plate on another fastball missing low for ball 2. First 2 retired by Reagan Gale this inning. And likely pitching staff going to the 7th inning will make a change. Ryan Kramer, Max Frazier's been out there since the 3rd. But the 2-0 pitch, and Peterson check swing, chops it foul down the 3rd baseline. Looked like it might stay fair. He had a check swing, but that ball off the barrel. A couple hops down that 3rd baseline. Tanner Beltowski came in to try to field it, but that ball trundles out of play. So it's 2 balls and a strike. Peterson's able to reach. Drew Markle stands on deck. Sturs need some base runners. Top half this inning, the 2-1 pitch, and this one is going the opposite way in right field. Tommy Kendlinger gets out under it and makes the squeeze in the right field lawn, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the new pitcher, Reagan Gale. And it's stretch time here from Cal Lutheran. Going to the bottom half of the 7th. Oaks on top 6-2 over the Sturs.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the bottom half of the seventh from the campus of Cal Lutheran at Sparky Anderson Field. Well, the new pitcher coming in for the Sturs, Ty Zarodnik, another lefty, will enter out of the bullpen for pitching coach Ryan Kramer. And for Ty Zarodnik, we've seen him already this season. And for Ty, we saw him back when the Sturs played the Pirates on June 9th. Zarodnik went 2 innings, no hits, no runs, and also struck out 2 and did not give any free passes back in his last outing on the 9th of June. Just one of the couple lefties on staff this season for the Sturs. In comes Ty. He's going to face the heart of the order. Ruben, Beltowski, and West due up for Conejo. Still a 4-run ball game. Oaks on top 6-2, even though both teams have 5 hits through 6.5. Here's the first pitch to Ruben, and it's in there for strike number 1, 87 from Zarodnik. And for Justin Rubin today, he's been a man that has gotten on base, to say the least. 2 walks and a hit by pitch, a stolen bag, and also a run scored. The 0-1 pitch, and Rubin lines this one over the head of the shortstop for a base hit. Well, got 2 walks, a base hit. Now, it's also been hit, so he's been getting on base with regularity. And Justin Rubin has a leadoff knock, bottom of the 7th. It's going to bring up Tanner Beltowski. 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored as well. Both Rubin and Beltowski, those were the first 2 men to reach base when 5 runs came in to score for the Oaks in the 3rd. Leadoff man aboard here in the 7th. First pitch to Beltowski misses in, nearly clips the right-handed batter. Ball 1. Fastball from Ty. Rubin already has a stolen base, so Zarodnik serving as the left-handed pitcher. He's got good eyes on him and a check back to him. Scampering back to first base is Rubin. Likely knows that Rubin is a threat. A lot of stolen bases. Well, Caden Peterson for the Sturs, he's got 3. 2 stolen bases for the Oaks as well in this ball game. But here's the 1-0 pitch to Beltowski. But another step off from Zarodnik rifles it over. Now 2 disengagements for Ty. After the leadoff single by Justin Rubin. Trying to keep it a 4-run ball game. That's the objective here for Zarodnik. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that fastball finds the strike zone to even up the count 1-1 to Tanner Beltowski. A little bit longer shadows now creeping up from the press box, approaching home plate on the left side of the ballpark. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one is going opposite way. Slicing the foul ground. No chance for Caden Peterson out and right. And it goes over the fencing that surrounds the ballpark to the right. It's ball and 2 strikes now to Tanner Beltowski. But Santa Barbara in this ball game, looking back to the first, they scored first. TJ Pompey and Dominic Smaldino both collected hits, and Smaldino drove in Pompey for the first run of the ball game. You thought the Forester bats eating up, a little bit of a different story here. But the 1-2 pitch, but have to wait to check back to first base. In terms of hitting today for the Foresters, they've got 5 hits, a couple timely hits in the 6th inning, driving another run. But here's the 1-2 pitch, and it was an off-speed, gets away from Sanders and advancing to second base is Rubin. It's now advancing in scoring position. And that ball, it was an off-speed pitch coming in from Zarodnik. And having to reach all the way across his body was Nick Sanders. Go down as a wild pitch on the reliever, Zarodnik. Tough play for Sanders with that mitt on his left hand reaching across his body. But here's the 2-2. And Beltelski sees a fastball away. Full count. Landon West stands on deck. Zarodnik looking to buckle up here. Dig deep, and he'll now call for his catcher, Nick Sanders. Zarodnik entering this inning for Max Frazier. We've already seen Zarodnik, good lefty this season. And for Ty, a native out of Keller, Texas, with his freshman year at Oklahoma. But he stands at a daunting 6'7", 239. Did not play this year at Oklahoma, a very good program. The Sooners, but coming up a big payoff pitch to the second batter he faces this outing. Here's a payoff pitch, and Beltelski sees ball 4 away on the heater. The first 2 batters reach base this inning for the Oaks. And now pitching coach Ryan Kramer out of the first base dugout. It's his second visit of the day. I don't think we've only seen him once through the first 3 games total. Pitching staff has been so dialed in the first 3 games of the year for Santa Barbara. A little bit loose here this afternoon. Doing up a lot of walks, a couple hit batters as well. In terms of offense, 2 runs being pushed in. Looking towards the 8th inning for the Foresters, Marco Pompey and Coes will be due up 2, 3, and 4. You're likely, if the Foresters are going to try to make a jump here, first of all, you get out of this inning, limit the damage with no outs and 2 aboard. Objective number 1 of the entire infield. Talking with Ryan Kramer, pitcher and his catcher. But if anyone's going to create some mojo for the Foresters in the 8th inning, it's going to be that part of the order. Conference completed for Ryan Kramer. He's a pitching coach from Millersville College out in Pennsylvania. Still, you're looking at the pitching staff. Some more arms going to be activated in the coming weeks. I should say almost the next week. A lot more arms coming in for Santa Barbara. But here's Landon West with 2 aboard, no outs. Bottom of the 7th. Pitch from Zarodnik, looking to square around a bunt down the left field line. Third baseline, I should say. Goes out of play. Strike number 1. For Landon West, productive day from him as well. A single. He's come around to score 2 runs and also a walk. Also struck out last time up against Max Frazier. Rubin at second, Beltelski at first. Rubin had to hit. Beltelski worked to walk against Zarodnik. Landon will square around to bunt. Not this time. Sees no 1 pitch up high. Fastball missing high and in. Ball 1. Ball on a strike. For Landon West serving as the catcher. And the wind's still continuing to blow with the sun setting to our left across the playing surface. Foul pole to foul pole. Coming set, left-handed pitcher to the right-handed batter. Here's the 1-1. And West pops up over the stands to the right of home plate for strike number 2. Talking about Ty Zarodnik. Didn't play this past season at Oklahoma, but at Keller, Texas, his hometown. Went to Keller High School, and as a senior had a less than 1 ERA with over 115 strikeouts. Phenomenal senior year for Zarodnik down in Keller, Texas, and at Keller High School. But with 2 aboard, looking to dig deep with no outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And West hits this one to the third baseman. There's one at second base. Will work all the way around the horn. It gets past the first baseman on the attempted 5-4-3 double play. They get one at second on a force out. And the ball, it looked like, went into the dugout and out of play. So advancing now to second base. And everyone up a base will be Landon West. And as a result of that ball going out of play, another run will come around to score. Justin Rubin, who was at second, will be advanced to home. Tanner Beltelski, who was at first, on the force out at second on the attempted 5-4-3 double play. Patterson was trying to work Pompey in, but the throw from TJ at second pulled Johnny off first base. And that ball went into the dugout, allowing a run to score. And as a result, West reached on the fielder's choice now at second. Here's the first pitch now to Lucas Daniel Wicks. See if it pops up and out of play over the first base dugout, or strike one. So a run comes in to score. It's now a 7-2 ball game. West on that fielder's choice, advancing to second. That ball going out of play. One away. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one's lifted into right, tracking back a little bit is Caden Peterson, and now over to his left, fights the win, makes the catch for the second out. Runner tagging up from second to third. He will advance. That's Landon West now to third base, but Lucas Daniel Wicks flying out into right. Two gone here in the seventh. So a man 90 feet away from the 8th run of the day for the Oaks, but now the lead back to 5. The Oaks had a 5-0 lead through the middle innings until Santa Barbara put up a single run in the 6th, but now the Oaks get it right back in the 7th. The bottom of the 7th inning here. Thousand Oaks. It's a 5-run game in favor of the Oaks. Here's the first pitch to Tommy Kenlinger. That's a fastball down the middle at 87. Strike one. Ty Zarodnik coming set. Still a man at third base, 2 out here. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Kenlinger takes a strike down the middle. Another fastball from Ty. Good delivery. 0-2. I've been talking about what Zarodnik has done in high school really pretty recently for Ty. First time All-State after that phenomenal senior season. Again, first team All-State in the state of Texas. That's very impressive. A lot of good players coming out of that state. 0-2 gone, still a man at third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And the heater is fouled up over the first base dugout by Tommy Kenlinger, the 8-hole hitter for the Oaks. We'll do it again. And for Conejo, trying to stop this 2-game skid and in turn, and the second consecutive loss to the Foresters in 2 days. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Kenlinger check swing. The fastball misses. It deflected funny off of Nick Sanders. Appears to be okay. Our home plate umpire gives him a moment. He's trying to catch that ball, but it's a ball and 2 strikes now. The 8-hole hitter. He's 1 for 2 with a walk here this afternoon. Going into the early evening now from Thousand Oaks. The 1-2 pitch, and Kenlinger sees breaking ball away, 2-2. Going to the 8th, again, Marco Pompey Coes will be due up for Santa Barbara. When you're looking at the outfield right now, Jack Bollinger is now in center, shading over to right center field. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Kenlinger fouls it back into the screen. We'll do it again. Jack Bollinger did not start this ball game. It was D. Kennedy out in center field until Bollinger came in a pinch hit in the last inning. Zarodnik trying to limit the damage to a single run on the throwing error that allowed the base runner to advance home. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Kenlinger, another ball fouled back to the right of home plate. We will do it again. And these two teams, both part of the CCL South, will play each other again. Next meeting between these two teams will actually be next Tuesday when the Foresters host them at Santa Barbara High School. And also next Thursday as well, so The Oaks and the Sturs will face off twice next week, both at home for the Sturs. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and Kendlinger fouls it up over the first base dugout. What a battle here between the right fielder and Ty Zarodnik. Zarodnik, he's been working hard in this inning. Gave up a single to start off the inning, conceded a walk. And then Landon West, who reached on a fielder's choice, induced a throwing error that allowed a run to score. Zarodnik working hard here in the 7th, the 2-2, and Kendlinger sees an off-speed pitch, called strike 3. The backdoor breaking ball from Zarodnik gets the punch out. But one more run is tacked on for the Conejo Oaks. We are headed to the 8th. Conejo on top 7-2 over Santa Barbara.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forrester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Forresters.
We are headed to the 8th here from the campus of Cal Lutheran. Markle, Pompey, and Coes will be due up for the Sturs, and they'll face a brand new pitcher. Jack Holland, the right-hander, enters the ball game. The 4th pitcher to be used today. Ryan Humphreys got the start, going 3 innings. Daniel Orozco came in. Reagan Gale pitched the last 1-2-3 inning and enters Jack Holland. And for Holland, he's a Santa Barbara native, so he'll be at home and comfortable next week when the Conejo Oaks go up to Santa Barbara High School and play 2 games up in Santa Barbara. Recently graduated. The right-hander stands at 6'2", just over 200 pounds. Face the tough bats for the Foresters. Top half of the 8th, but the Sturs trail 2-7. It's a 5-run ball game after the Oaks pick up one more run that they gave up in the 6th in the last inning. Right-hander coming set. Here's the first pitch to Drew, and Markle takes a pitch off speed at the knees, but called strike, 0-1. Drew today, he's got a line out to right, ground out to third, and a line out into left. He's been barreling the balls. Just hasn't been able to get him in play. 0-1 pitch, and Markle sees a breaking ball, bounces in and past the catcher, Landon West. Ball and a strike. For the Foresters, in need of runs in this 8th inning if they want to have a realistic chance to put pressure on the Oaks in the next inning. Unable to get on base in the 7th. They need runners here and in a bad way. Here's the 1-1. And Markle on a breaking ball takes strike 2, drops in nicely from Holland. Kind of similar to Max Frazier. We haven't seen a lot of breaking balls so far for Holland. Frazier was working all the benders, some sliders and some breaking balls as well. He was the second reliever to be used today to follow Hudson Hamilton, who was the starter for the Sturs. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and just tapping it foul. Drew Markle had a big turn on it, but taps it behind home plate out of play. So it's a ball and 2 strikes still to Drew. DJ Pompey stands on deck. Holland re-engages on the bump from the first base side of the rubber. Comes set from the belt. The 1-2 pitch to the leadoff man. Markle chops it a couple hops over to short. Here is Kang, who holds his ground and fires over to first in time. And Drew grounds out 6-3. One away here in the top of the 8th. That's going to bring up TJ. So for Pompey, got the first of 5 knocks so far today for the Sturs. Came around and scored the first of the 2 runs. And after that, he also had a stolen base, which was critical in scoring that run in the first inning. He struck out swinging in the 3rd and had a line out to 3rd in the 6th. Stands in with the bases clear. 1 away. Top of the 8th. Foresters trail by 5 runs. Holland, the first pitch to TJ. And the heater, there it is for the first time. From Holland, misses high and in, ball 1. And for Conejo, the big storyline in this ball game, the 5 runs in the 3rd. The 1-0 pitch, and TJ takes a breaking ball, drops in there for a strike. About 11-mile difference between that fastball and that breaking ball. That last pitch must have looked like molasses coming in to TJ. Here's the 1-1. And Pompey sees another breaking ball. This time, this one's in the dirt. Ball 2. And the shadow's getting much longer here from Sparky Anderson Field. Dugout shadow from the third base side of the park and the press box about to eclipse fair ground. But the 2-1 pitch and the heater high inside, and TJ has to turn away from it. Ball 3. Jacob Coes stands on deck, who pinch hit in the last time up. That was in the 6th. To enter for Dominic Smaldino, who got the spot as the DH earlier today. Pompey looking to get on base with 1 away. Base is clear. Here's the 3-1, and Pompey on a breaking ball, swing and a miss right through it. Still the gentle breeze cutting across the fields. Dropped off just a little bit with the temperature dropping off as well. Here's the payoff pitch, and TJ pops this one up over the stands to the right of home plate. He will do it again. In terms of pitching, a couple arms now warming up in the bullpen. Likely Zrodnik not to go back out there for the next inning. But here's a payoff pitch, and Pompey swing and a miss. Another breaking ball from Holland got Pompey fans on it. He strikes out for the 2nd out here in the 8th. And that's going to bring up Jacob Coes. DH in the cleanup spot. Stands in for the 2nd time, the left-handed batter. Grounded out to short last time, I should say the first time he stood in here. This matchup between the Foresters and the Oaks. Bases clear, 2 gone. Top of the 8th. First pitch, and Coes sees a fastball right down the middle. Strike 1. And the Oaks, if they're able to pull this one off with their 5-run lead, to get back to 500. And the Foresters, as a result, would drop to 500. Still very early in the season, of course. But the 0-1 pitch, and Bollinger sees a changeup. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And the Oaks played in 2 more games so far. 2 more games compared to the Foresters thus far. Coes quickly down the count with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Coes takes strike 3. He was caught looking on the breaking ball, and Jack Holland 3 pitches to sit down Jacob Coes, and Holland has a clean 1-2-3 inning. We are going to the bottom of the 8th here from Cal Lutheran. Oaks on top 7-2 over the Sturs.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's still a 5-run ball game. The Oaks on top 7-2 after they put up 5 runs in the third. 9-1-2. Due up for the Oaks. And the Stars have a brand new pitcher making his debut. It's Brady Spencer, the right-handed pitcher from Auburn, California. And for Brady, he's going to be attending Westmont College coming next year, committed to go play for the Warriors. And we've said Westmont a number of times here this afternoon. Of course, Ryan Humphreys, who got the start today, for the Oaks, got the start on the bump for the opposition. Of course, Daniel Patterson batting the 6th spot this afternoon, also plays for Westmont. But here's Kai Caranto to face Brady Spencer. And Spencer, his first pitch of the summer. Breaking ball drops in there. Strike number 1. Good delivery from the right-hander to the right-handed batter, Kai Caranto. Caranto today 0 for 3. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 pitch. And another breaking ball, a little bit slower than the last one, drops in very nicely from Spencer. 0-2. Caranto grounded into a fielder's choice, struck out, and had a pop-up to second in this 5-run ball game. Brady Spencer comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. And Caranto reaches for it over to second base, and that ball will get through into the right center field. Maybe a chance for Pompey, but that ball just out of his reach for a lead-off knock for the 9-hole hitter. Caranto reaches for the second time today, his first knock. And that will bring up the top of the order, Austin Carrillo. Him and Justin Rubin have gotten on base with frequency. He's got a walk, an RBI single, and he's also been hit. Also a stolen bag. The leadoff man aboard for the Oaks. Brady Spencer, of course, making his debut. See how he works around a leadoff knock. Here's the first pitch to Carrillo, and the breaking ball misses low, ball 1. At this point for Santa Barbara, obviously, try not to allow any more runs. Bottom of this 8th inning. Try to get some positives. Top half of the 9th, trailing by 5. You never know. The 1-0 pitch, check swing, but it goes foul towards the on-deck circle left side of the park. Strike number 1. Carrillo was trying to lay off the fastball from Spencer. Just hits the edge of the bat. Goes foul for strike 1. To follow Carrillo will be Jordan Kang, who bats out of the second spot. And Carrillo, who bats from the left side. Facing Brady Spencer for the first time. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a breaking ball misses low, ball 2. In terms of pitching today for Santa Barbara, Hudson Hamilton got his debut and the start. Max Frazier made his debut. Ty Zarodnik came in the last inning and worked very hard. Sat down the Oaks after they did score on an error. Of course, now Brady Spencer making his debut. So a couple pitchers making their debut for the Stars this afternoon. Man at first with no outs. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Carrillo chops this one over to short. Markle scoops up. There's one at second. Will it be 2 over to first? The throw not in time. They get the 6-4 on the attempted double play. Austin Carrillo will reach on a fielder's choice. Kai Caranto, who had the leadoff base knock, thrown out at second for the force out for the first out. It's going to bring up Jordan Kang. Kang, 1 for 4. Last time up, had a single. That was back in the 6th. Now here in the 8th, it's a 5-run ball game. Oaks on top 7-2. Now a man at first. First pitch, and that ball, did it hit? It was a fastball high, and turning away from it was Jordan Kang. Now it looks like it clipped him on the arm. Umpire called time immediately. Looked like that ball was just going to be a wild pitch, but ended up clipping Jordan Kang. He's getting checked out by the training staff. And Kang looking at that left arm. It's like as he was trying to duck underneath it, he put his hands up, just that motion trying to go to the ground, and it clipped his left arm when he was trying to get out of the way of the pitch. I initially thought it was just going to be a wild pitch and got past Nick Sanders, but ended up clipping him. So Kang ends up getting hit on his left arm, is looked at by the trainers, and gets to first base. Now to second is Austin Carrillo. So 2 aboard with 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. By the way, Sanders, Patterson, Rogers will be due up in the 9th for the Sturs. Here's Will Joseph, who bats from the left side. The pitch from Brady Spencer. And the breaking ball misses. Bouncing in there about a foot in front of home plate. Good keep from Nick Sanders for ball 1. Santa Barbara still in the early goings, obviously, of this season. Looking to build all the way to Wichita in the NBC World Series. Actually, the 90th tournament with the NBC. Here's a 1-0 pitch and a swing and miss. The fastball got inducing the swing from Will Joseph to even up the count 1-1. Ever since the Foresters were founded in 1991 by Bob Townsend, we touched on earlier, serving as a coach at UC Santa Barbara, always been enrolled in the NBC. So the Santa Barbara Foresters not playing in the CCL postseason, always going to Wichita and playing the National Baseball Congress. Here's the 1-1 pitch and the fastball in there on a fastball from Brady Spencer. A ball and 2 strikes to Will Joseph. The first 3 men that have faced Brady this afternoon have all reached base. On the attempted double play, Carrillo is grounding into a fielder's choice. Here's a big 1-2 pitch. And Joseph's swing and a miss. The fastball low in the zone got him to swing. And Brady Spencer has his first K of the summer. And now a rundown between second and third base. Caught off second was Carrillo, and Patterson, who had the ball. A little of a shimmy shake between him and Markle, the shortstop. And ends up being Patterson to apply the tag on the rundown. So a strikeout to retire Joseph from Brady Spencer, the reliever for the Foresters, and a heads-up play from the infield, and also Nick Sanders, the catcher, to keep Austin Carrillo off second base, and that rundown between Markle and Patterson. Patterson applies the tag, and we head to the 9th. Oaks on top 7-2 over the Sturs. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. We head to the 9th from the campus of Cal Lutheran. Sparky Anderson Field is a 5-run ball game, and the Sturs have Sanders, Patterson, Rogers due up. Jack Holland remaining in the ball game. third reliever to be used today by the Oaks. Right-hander sends in the first pitch to Sanders, and it's down the middle on the fastball, 0-1. For Nick today, he's a fly out into right, a strikeout swinging, a single in the sixth, and actually came around to score the second of the 2 runs on the scoreboard this afternoon for the Sturs. He's down the count. Here's the 0-1, and Sanders drills this one past the shortstop into center field for a lead-off base hit. So Sanders aboard the leadoff knock, and that's going to bring up Daniel Patterson. The score 7-2, and that's what the Foresters need if they want to have some type of crack at giving the Oaks something to think about here late. Sanders was his second hit of the day. Brings up Patterson, who's 1 for 3. And that is the 6th hit of the day for Santa Barbara. And for the Oaks, they've got 7, even though there's 5-run discrepancy on the scoreboard. First pitch, and Patterson sees change up inside, ball 1. Let's see how aggressive Bill Pintard will be here with Nick Sanders at first. Texas Longhorn. Jack Holland coming set. Looks like the runner might try to make a jump, but he holds. That last pitch from Holland, missing like the fastball inside for ball 2. Patterson last time up ended up scoring Sanders, who is at first base, had an RBI double. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and the breaking ball misses low. Ball 3. On deck will be Will Rogers. In this 5-run ball game, Foresters down to their final 3 outs. Likely, if you're Patterson, you're taking all the way here. Holland coming set. 3-0 pitch. And Patterson sees ball 4 high, the fastball, so it's a single and now a walk to the Foresters in the top half of the 9th. And that's going to bring up Will Rogers. Rogers today 0 for 3. Ground out to second. He reached on an error back in the 5th. Also struck out looking last time up. Of course, the first time facing Jack Holland, and Holland was locked in the 8th, had a 1-2-3 inning, striking out 2. Now he's given up a hit and a walk. Infield and outfield playing relatively straight away. Double play depth for the middle infielders. In stands Will Rogers, the left fielder, the first pitch. And Rogers sees a fastball in, ball 1. You have to imagine the message to Rogers, make him throw strikes, especially giving up that walk to Patterson. On deck will be Johnny Rodriguez. Oaks lead 7-2 here in the 9th. The 1-0 pitch, and this breaking ball finds the upper half of the zone for a strike. Now also a little message from Bill Pintard, who appears at the first base dugout, to the man the on-deck circle. Johnny Rodriguez got instruction from his manager. With 2 aboard, no outs, Sturs trail by 5. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Rogers pushes the other way out of play for a long strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Will. If Rogers is somehow able to reach base, it's down in the count 1 and 2. He's going to be protecting the plate here from Jack Holland. He's had a lot of off-speed and movement pitches. Here's the 1-2, and Rogers swing and a miss. Ball down in the zone, and Rogers sat down 1 down here in the 9th. It's the 3rd strikeout for Holland. The 6 batters that he has faced. That brings up Johnny Rodriguez. Sanders remains at second. Patterson, who worked the walk at first, but the Sturs down their final 2 outs. Johnny today bats from the left side. 0 for 3. Long look in from Holland. And the first pitch to Johnny. And this one is grounded towards the first baseman, and that's a great play. Dives and the throw over to the pitcher who covers first base. It's going to be a ground out 3-1. The first baseman line out towards covering down the line, preventing that ball from going into right field, saving runs from being scored. Ends up tossing it to his pitcher to cover first base. A heck of an effort from Will Joseph. Saving runs. That ball is going down all the way into the corner. likely saving 2 runs on that play from the first baseman. Instead of Johnny Rodriguez grounds out 3-1, for the second out. That's going to bring up Jack Bollinger and the Stars down to their final out here in the 9th. The runners did advance on that play in the infield, both now in scoring position. First pitch to Jack, and Bollinger sees a fastball at 88 away, ball 1. And that play from the first baseman changed the tides of this 9th inning. Likely 2 runs would have scored on that play. It was sharply hit down that right field line. Long look in from Holland. Stars down to their final out here. The 1-0 pitch, and a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Bollinger, second plate appearance of the day. He struck out swinging, in the 7th when he came in to replace D. Kennedy in center field. Can he drive in a couple runs here late? It's a 5-run game. Here's the 1-1, and Bollinger slices this one into left field. That ball will get down. 1 run will score, possibly 2. It will be a 2 RBI single coming around from second base. Daniel Patterson and Jack Bollinger slices that one in the left field for a base hit and drives in a pair of runs. And it is now 7-4. The Oaks lead down to 3. And let's not forget those RBIs sponsored by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta, where the Stars train to win. That's going to bring up Caden Peterson. The 2 runs being driven in by Jack Bollinger. 3-run game. Here's the first pitch, and the breaking ball drops in for a strike to Caden. 0-1. Well done from Bollinger. Second plate appearance of the day, but here's the 0-1 pitch to Peterson. Peterson turns on it foul, ropes it straight into the wall, down the left field line, out of play for strike number 2. And the Stars down to their final strike here in 1,000 Oaks. They've pushed in 2 in this inning, but still trail by 3. Bollinger is at first, 0-2 for Peterson. Here's the pitch, runner goes to second, and it misses on the fastball low. And to second base goes Jack Bollinger. Likely down his indifference on West. And the Conejo Oaks down on their final strike, the 1-2 pitch, and Peterson pushes it into right field, but caught by the first baseman. Will Joseph cuts it off from going into right field, and that is our ball game. Will Joseph had some great plays here in the 9th to keep the Foresters at bay, and the final score 7-4. The Conejo Oaks get back to 500, and they win 7-4 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. And this Foresters now 2-2, their record here in the early goings of the CCL season. So looking forward for the Stars. They'll have an off day tomorrow to regroup and reset. Then they'll have a 2-game homestand on Friday and Saturday against the Blues and Arroyo Seco. So be sure to come on out and support the Blues when they're back at home this weekend. So once again, final score here from Sparky Anderson Field. The Oaks take it 7-4 over the Foresters. So for all the crew behind the scenes, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long. We'll see you on Friday when the Foresters are back in action at home. We'll see you then.